too, isn't it? Coming
Sure it is.
coming off Word on the Street, man. That was a fun ass
Hey,
show.
shout out the Word on the Street from the
Uh,
Logistics Lounge. That was a good fucking time.
Fuck yeah, it was. Except for Trey Grizzy not being able to make it out there playing with his balls.
Had to go.
Yeah, I had to go play with my golf balls. Yo. How's everybody doing on this wonderful Friday? We hope that you are all having a wonderful day, had a wonderful day, and about to have an incredible evening. We're gonna have some fun here like we do every Friday. And we have the amazing Renee Williams on. She's going to talk about money, receivables, how to get yourself self-sustaining on the money side of things, and New York City, Revenge of the Truckers. New York, Revenge of the Truckers. That's in the news. Y'all sit back, relax, pop a top, and enjoy the lounge. Mr. Hound, what's up, my
Senor
brother?
Potato.
Oh man, trying to be in a good mood. I'm trying to this day right, man. I keep forgetting about my car, and then I keep thinking about it again. It fucking pisses me off all over again.
And here you are again.
I
Talking
know,
about the car. That shit was wild though. I was not expecting that from you this morning.
I know,
Uh
dude. That's crazy. I mean, I don't know. In retrospect, like I feel sorry for the guy who hit me too. Like I feel like there's something going on in his life right now. Like he just had this kind of aura and stuff about it. But at the same time, I'm mad because I say to my wife all the time that I don't like driving because people don't fucking pay attention. They're just oblivious to
yeah,
everything
yeah.
around
We're the good drivers. Everybody else is the bad drivers.
them. I mean, but I am. I drove for 10 years. I feel that probably truckers or people
Oh
sleep
yeah. Well,
love
dude,
cars.
there's just a bunch of
That's
lunatics out there, man. And you know what's crazy? If you turn 18 years old, you can just walk into the DMV and get your license. You don't have to do a test or anything. So let's
yeah,
talk about that for a second, or not. But
yeah.
yeah,
No,
I mean, you know the pain here in Tennessee, or Nashville, at least, or Crashville, as I like to call it, as it's been called.
I like
And
that.
oh shit, she's out of here. She's not even down there anymore. Make sure that she comes back. But yeah, dude, that
There she
sucks. I
is.
really hate that for you. But you know what? We made it through the week. And even though it was a
We did.
short week, man, it felt pretty long. I
It
don't know about
did,
you.
didn't it, dude? Holt, man, you aren't lying, bro. Mine felt long too. I don't. It felt like a regular week. It did, and
Yeah.
I didn't.
And I
I mean,
took Tuesday off, man. So like, dude, what a week. Like I don't know. What did we have? So we had a holiday, we had Blitz week, and then I feel like there was something else that happened before that, but it's just the snowball effect. And we're getting into produce season, so like capacity's changing up, rates are fucking flipping overnight. There's just been a lot to juggle. But hey, I guess it's just another day in the life.
it is another day in life, and I don't know what it was. What else was that we had? But yeah, it's been.
Yeah, we had something.
Yeah, I don't know what it
If
was.
anybody knows, chime in and let us know because we
Yeah,
are not the smartest guys here.
who,
But
who knows? Who knows the answers we may get from that? Tell us what else happened. Get some random shit coming
yeah,
through.
wait till Dad of Two hops in
Out
here.
of fucking Corey, bro. He was killing me
But
in
during
the
that game,
he had me fucking laughing, bro. I was
you
like,
see
dude,
the
this
first
guy,
thing that
man.
starts with a D that comes to your mind: decapitations. What?
Yeah. Oh man,
Missed the mark there, bud.
dude,
Well, he's wearing them flip
bro.
flops and socks now, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
that
I
was
think
so
it's
funny, man. He man, Corey cracks me up. He's something else. Yeah, I was. I don't know. Good week. It was a good month, man. I haven't ran my numbers yet, but I just feel. I just. It sounds crazy. I think that after you're a broker for a while, or even a carrier, maybe you feel the
hey, you
same
just
way.
kind
But
of know. You can just
I
kind of
feel like
know.
I ran a lot of freight this month. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like I did a lot of stuff, man. I don't know. I only check my numbers at the end of the month, dude. I'm not because I don't know. I don't want those people because
Get
it can go
wrapped
either
up
way
in it.
for me. Yeah, go either way for me. It's like, oh, I see it, like, yeah, yeah, and I'm all hyped, and then you're like, you're down, you're like, oh man, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I just chug along, bro. I just chug along, and like, the end of the month is like getting to the center of the Tootsie Pop. You know what I mean?
I like doing a little bi-weekly check. I would do a bi-weekly check every now and then just to like see where I'm sitting at, because you got them goals, and if it's like shit, I'm slacking, you gotta make something shake. But if you're doing good, that could also create complacency, and we don't like complacency.
That's true, man. That's true. I'm trying
We're
to get
bringing
to
old
him.
John in here. Let's bring old John in here real quick.
We
John,
could.
what's
I
going
didn't
on,
know.
brother, man?
Hey, fellas, how you been?
Man, it's been a day. It's been a day.
We're doing
Kicking
good.
up with the
Don't
Beta
I know that
Consulting
feeling?
Group. Yeah.
Oh man,
How many
yeah,
they-
how many
guys,
how many bottles of Fireball are we on today?
we are at 8 glugs today. And that's only because that's
That's
all
a
I
hell of
have.
a word to use.
Damn it.
Yeah, and that's all I have. I'm sorry to say. No, all of my long haul guys were down this week for all different kinds of things. Most of them got rear-ended or sideswiped while they were parked,
What?
so they're getting their trucks fixed this week. So I've been it's been a very slow dispatch week for me, but it's allowed me to move forward on other projects. So can't
There you
complain
go.
too much about it.
That's the mindset right there. Well, it's good to have you in here, man. That was a
It's always fun to hang out with you guys.
yeah, absolutely. Had a blast on, what was it, last Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah, good times
Yeah.
going.
Hey, you guys are welcome to come back on Monday again if you want. We took this past week off because of the holiday, but
Yeah.
we're ready to get this thing up and running again.
I'll come chill with you, bro. I don't care. And hey, reach out to that guy, Aaron. I DM'd him on Facebook or whatever, but just reach out to him because I know we're not connected, so it's going to show as a request. And if he's like me, I don't check that request shit all the time. You know what I mean? The request, yeah. So I want to have him on. Hey, and Hunter, I don't think it's the same guy. The guy Aaron that we were on with him is not that Axel guy. I don't think.
Yeah, it is.
It's
Axel Live.
Axel's different. That's not.
I could have swore you said it was Axel.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No,
we'll talk about it.
Aaron, the trucking guy, and Axel are two different people.
Yeah,
I've spoken with both of them.
I reached out to
Axel.
So hopefully we can get both of them on the show. Axel, I don't know anything about him, but he asked Claudia to come on his show, and Claudia asked us about him, and I'm like, I don't know. And then when I watched him, I was like, oh, he seems cool. I was like, he seems like a Rob version of John Cantera. Like he does you, but he's all in your fucking face like me. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's a little rough around the edges, but I can respect it. That's for damn sure.
He seemed cool. I watched some of his stuff, man. He seems like he knows what he's talking about and shit, man. So I haven't heard anything bad about him. I ain't got nothing bad to say about him. So yeah, I'm pretty
good following there on YouTube from what I saw. So
yeah, he is. Dude, he's got like 20-some thousand subscribers or something like that. Yeah, he's got a good following on there. Anyway, let's do some sponsor love. Shoreline Capital. There's really not much else to say about it. I mean, it's a sure thing with Shoreline. It's sure fine with Shoreline. If you're not sure on anything, you can be sure with Shoreline. That little snippet with Corey in there just makes it so much better, dude. I don't know why. It just sets that video off right, man.
It ties the room together.
I know. Hey, Hunter, today when we were on Word of the Street, one of the topics they talked about was freight theft. And there were so many people on there that we didn't get a chance to give them a plug. But man, if you're trying to get it past that freight theft stuff, hey, Gigo's who you need to go with. Get those real-time GPS trackers. Throw those suckers in your shipments there, shippers, manufacturers. And then you ain't got to worry about whether the broker did their vetting or any of that stuff. Freight gets stolen, you're going to know exactly where it goes. it. I'm gonna get with Trey and them and find out how they're able to use those songs, man. Because telling you that will, man, that's gonna change everything. That's change everything. I'm telling you, I think they do it under the Free Use Act. New York City. If you're a trucker, hell, even if you're a broker, you don't like them. And you know what? They continue to do shit to our industry that just makes us not like them more. Let's get to that right now in the news. Keeping up with our theme of continuing coverage on topics. We talked about this one earlier this year. I think maybe February, maybe it was March when they kind of finalized it. But Manhattan was they're implementing a congestion charge or fee for people entering Manhattan, whether four-wheelers, motorcycles, big trucks, whatever. But point is the big trucks are the ones that have the big problem with it, rightfully so. And we're going to tell you why. The first of its kind congestion fee was laid out earlier this year for the city of Manhattan. The Trucking Association of New York filed a federal lawsuit Thursday against the Metropolitan Transportation Authority, which developed what they call the toll scheme, arguing that the higher fees for trucks unfairly and unconstitutionally target the trucking industry. The Trucking Association's lawsuit is among at least 8 others seeking to block the congestion fee plan, which is slated to launch June 30th. Under the Transit Authority's plan, trucks will have to pay a fee of $24 or $36 per trip, depending on the size of the vehicle. Most drivers in private passenger cars, in contrast to that, should only expect to be paying about $15, with lower rates for motorcycles and for those that enter the city after main traffic hours. Kendra Hims, sorry, don't have my glasses on. Kendra Hims, the Trucking Association's president, said the industry will have no choice but to shoulder the increased cost. As truck operators, they usually don't have the flexibility on their driving routes or schedules, which are generally set by the business they serve, or in this case, the cities. We all know what the hell a no truck route is. I mean, there's specific places they have to go, specific routes, and they cannot avoid tolls as it is getting in and out of New York City and many other larger cities as well. That, she said, Kendra, will only lead to price increases on countless goods as the trucking industry moves nearly 90% of products into New York City. There's no manufacturing or distribution centers there in the city, so it's all brought into it. The Trucking Association suggests that the Transit Authority revise its plan to exempt the industry from the fee or limit trucks being tolled to just once a day and toll them at the same price as the passenger vehicles. Y'all know, I think this is stupid, and this is just reminiscent of California shit. The country does not, the state does not know how to budget its money. We all know that. They're bankrupt. They've been bankrupt for a while. And so what do governments do, period? And I'm not trying to sound like a crazy person, but this is the truth. This is the reason this is happening. They charge you, the citizen, the consumer, the person that drives on the road. I mean, they come up with new taxes and fees. And, they say that this is all going to go towards transit projects, but we all know that's a lie. They say that for everything. This tax for cigarettes is going to go to cessation stuff, and it doesn't. It goes to build some guy's airport or something. You know what I mean? But it's ridiculous. Not saying they can't use the money because they ain't got none, but to target truck drivers, even the four-wheelers, man, it's all everywhere you go in New York City. It's already a fucking toll road or a toll bridge. You know what I mean? It's like, serious. Now they're, and here's the other funny part about it, that like what's around the article, every person in this country pays road taxes when you buy fuel, or it is done through other methods. So now they are taxing you double to drive on the damn road. And they're using it, their excuse of, it's a congestion fee. It will make people not come into this. It'll, make people find other ways into the city. Well, maybe that's true, but maybe it's not. A lot of people only have the choice of driving their car, and they can't take a subway because how long the commute is or whatever. They don't want to do rideshare. But commercial vehicles don't have a choice unless they're going to build like transload facilities at the border of Manhattan, and we're going to come in and everything's going to get transloaded off and brought into it. You know, there is no alternative for them. They have to come in the city, and you know, it's not just big trucks. I mean, we all have to think about this. Said this when we report on this. We're talking about all the food delivery vehicles, the box trucks, all the Sprinter vans, the UPS trucks, the dump trucks like you see here. Well, you know, everything. But here's the funny part. I bet you no city vehicles will be paying this fee when they bring their fucking 18-wheeler or their dump truck in there, will they? Or their city vehicles, but they're not paying the fee. Just saying. We all know that's true. So, yeah, there you go. They're getting sued for it. I don't think they're going to win.
Wait to the next humanitarian effort that has to go into New York City and see what happens then.
Man, I mean, it's drivers already hate it. They already asked for more money to go in. Even when I was a company driver, we had what they called combat pay. What's up there, Jeff? And companies would pay you extra, even as a company driver, to go in to certain cities. Like if you delivered to the produce market at the end of I-55 in Chicago, you got paid to do it. That bullshit. You went anywhere into New York City in the boroughs, you got paid for that. You know, so it was $100 they added on to your mileage pay or whatever, you know what I mean? But so drivers now are just going to charge you more. They're going to flat out refuse to do this. And like the article said, it's true. This cost is getting passed on to the drivers and the companies and the stuff. Who are they going to pass it on to? Their customer. And their customer going to pass it on to their customer. And then it eventually is going to come right back to the consumer in a matter of time. And that's the way all this stuff is. Things like this are never thought through fully. You know what I mean? And because these people,
every tax, every tariff, it all leads to inflation every single time.
Yeah, exactly. You're right, man. You're right. So, whatever. Stupid. We all know that they won't win. Maybe they'll get lucky on maybe the fee going down. But I don't think they're going to say, "Oh no, you're exempt." You and I both know that because they know they're going to make a chunk of money. I mean, dude, for a semi, it is twice as much for a car. You know, I mean, you know, like they're not going to give up that money, man. They're not going to. So, but
I mean, hell, how much are they paying in tolls already? Just trying to enter into the boroughs, it's like $300 just to get in.
Too much.
Yeah,
were they charging them
insanity.
just to even drive into the city of New York? Like, it's insane. Just grabbing bucks where they can.
It is.
Nothing's being solved.
Yeah,
Not a single thing.
That's just stupid. I mean, I thought it was stupid when we first talked about it back in March, and I think it's stupid now. But again,
it's stupid 2.0.
That's
what it's getting at. But hey, good on the drivers though.
Yeah,
like,
exactly, man.
shoot the shit out of them.
Yeah, dude. I agree, man. Go in there and do what you got to do, man. Make a stink of it, man. You know, it's crap, and it's like I said, the city will be exempt from it, and I promise you, everyone sitting on that transit authority will be exempt from it too. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
Crazy
man.
how that works.
Yeah, dude. It's all, yeah. You love
It
how
wasn't me. It was him.
Yeah. They make laws and rules for everybody, and they apply to you, but they don't apply to them, man. That's
Redneck Trucker actually nailed it. $105.
Yeah, for the GW. Yeah, the GW bridge. That's what I think it is.
Dude, $105.
It used, man, and once you get past like DC, man, it's just tolls. Well, I say after you get out of Jersey, most part, unless you take the Jersey Turnpike, it is nothing but tolls, man. All the way from New York, well into Massachusetts. It's all up through there, man. It's fucking nuts.
You think they'd make enough off their citizens just driving daily? You know, God forbid you let the guys that are supplying your entire civilization.
I know, man.
But hey, we're just dumb freight people. You know, we don't know none.
Yeah, I do. I don't know. I like tolls. I get a point for them. You know, like the ones we have here in Texas. I actually I'm okay with those because they're all tolls that they go around the metropolis. Like it truly takes you out of the way so you don't have to deal with traffic. Like the one that goes around Austin, San Antonio, the one that the Beltway around Houston. There's another one near you. Like they actually, you pay and it actually does something it says it's going to do, and you don't deal with fucking traffic. So, all right, cool, awesome. Ready to bring her on, man?
Let's talk about money.
Money. Yeah, I love it. I'm ready
Some
for it.
bread.
I love talking about
I
money.
like money. I like more of it.
Yeah, well, Renee's going to tell you how to get it, man. She's going to tell you how to get it. So,
With easy steps.
Without further ado, Renee Williams.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey, Renee.
Howdy, howdy.
Hey,
We're doing great. How are you?
I am fantastic. It's Friday. That means I am a private business owner, so I am still on the clock for the rest of my life. No, but I'm thrilled to be here with you guys today. Thank you for having me.
We're happy to have you. Matt Clark hooked us up. So that's awesome. Yeah, Matt is an incredible guy. He's hooked us up with several people, including our sponsor Gigo here. So we have nothing but the utmost respect and love for Mr. Matt Clark. Well, Renee, sorry for keeping you so long. We just freaking started rambling on and shit. So it just kind of happens. It's all John's fault. Do
you have any shit to talk about New York with us, Renee, before we get into your side of life?
Yeah, not a fan.
That's right. You hearing this, New York? Get it the fuck together.
Yeah, they said it's impossible to be a trucker and operate in New York, and now they're passed financing laws that factoring companies have to get special licensing though too. It's like, God, damn, you don't want any new truckers to succeed out of that state. So this is crazy.
Hey, Renee, I just want to say I don't know if it's your headphones or not, but your mic's coming through a little fuzzy. Does your computer have the mic and volume and stuff?
Yeah.
Just want to make sure we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't happening, but when we had you backstage, it's kind of like choppy. It sounds like there's a ceiling fan in your microphone. Is what it sounds like. John, mute yourself. Is it? No, it wasn't John. He was fine, huh?
No.
Let me see if I can adjust.
Yeah, Renee, if your computer has
I'll
the
mute.
mic on it, you can still use your headphones. It's just in the settings on the StreamYard app. But while we're waiting on that, shout out to Axel Live. We will have y'all on sometime soon.
Yeah.
Shoot the shit. We'll set up a little meeting here.
Heck yeah, man. I love.
Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. Go find us on YouTube, man. Give us a little love.
I know that's right, bro. No, he's got a good following, man. I watched a couple of his videos today. Like, I like his shit, man. I do. He's
gonna be that homie network.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna be a fun one to have on, man. Yes, Steven. We fucking know StreamYard sucks. Whenever you start paying for the platform,
Steven just lives out in the middle of bumfuck Egypt, dude.
Whatever.
AKA Northwest Alabama. Not a cell phone tower in sight.
I know, dude. AT&T had to come out there and install an internet station on his property, and it still sucks.
Need to get that stream or that what is it? Starlink?
Starlink, yeah.
Can you guys hear me better now?
That is perfect. There you go.
Yeah,
perfect.
Every now and then my computer wigs out when I use my headphones and it turns it all the way down.
Talk to this guy about computer problems. Old technology Rob.
Hey, you know what? Today on Word on the Street, bro, there were so many people that had their self muted and were talking. I was like, oh yeah, good. I'm glad.
Hey, you know who it was? The first person named Rob.
Yeah, it was.
The technology Robs are high in demand. Apparently, I don't know what it is with you guys, but
that shit was fun, man. That was a good show. That was a real good show. Party, that's right. Party mile. There you go. All right, Renee. Again, we're very happy to have you with us. Looked over your background and really, interested in what you do. Money obviously is a part of everyone's life. This industry, money is very, very tight and it's very fluid. It moves all the time. You know what I mean? Money doesn't sit places, and so first question that we always ask everybody, and then we'll look at John. Oh man!
I bet I could not have pantomimed anything better than that.
Exactly.
That's the reality of being a trucker right now. Yeah.
Yes. So Renee, and you can go as far back as you want to tell your story, but who is Renee and how have you gotten to the role you're at?
Well, I'm still figuring out who Renee is exactly. But I am, so I'm 47. I'm from Oklahoma. I was born in Texas, but lived in Oklahoma my adult life, and consider myself an Okie. I, after graduating high school, I decided I didn't really want to go to college. I wanted to enter the workforce like most of us late Gen Xers did. And I couldn't really find anything that I was interested in that really I felt passionate about. And so when I was 25, I got hired by a company here in Oklahoma called Truckers Bookkeeping Service. And so they were a company that did compliance, fuel tax reporting, IRP plates, trailer tax, all that stuff. So I got hired on there as, I think, the receptionist. Along the way, I moved into permits. So I'm kind of permits, tags, authorities, all that stuff. So I've kind of done everything that there is that you can do as far as getting someone road legal, and except for insurance, really. And then in 2010, the owners decided, they also had a successful brokerage and trucking company as well. It's called Sunrise. And I worked at the dispatch office. Then they decided to start a factoring company called CVS Factoring Service. Maybe you've heard of it. It is one of the top 10 biggest factoring companies in the U.S. I got it on the ground floor there, and the owner and I are only 8 years apart. And he is brilliant, and we really, our brains fired on the same wavelength. So I was kind of the yin to his yang, and so I was very fortunate that I got to learn from the ground floor up how to build a company, how to build processes, right, standard operating procedures, hire people for talent, and how to train and give. Our cornerstone was excellent customer service, so that's something that I still have a cornerstone in my life. That and authenticity. We were allowed to be our authentic selves. But I fell in love. I mean, absolutely in love with the clientele. I get so much joy talking to truckers. It is, and I feel like it gives you a unique perspective on it from the factoring side. And I like to always, I'm always very honest with clients about, what's happening, because it's their money. And so that's not a very common thing in the factoring industry anymore. But I found that was a better policy, and my clients ultimately made better money and better decisions, really. And so they sold the company in 18. And since then, I worked for a couple of the large trucking outfits here in Oklahoma. I worked for Western Flyer, or WFX. And then I also worked for Fair Miller, the oldest trucking company in Oklahoma. Wasn't a great fit because I was a little too corporate at that point. So I went on my own, and I decided to start my own company with everything I know about, how to understand credit, brokers, and how to automate payments and e-invoicing, because a lot of the companies now have switched to automatic electronic invoicing. And I'm just enough of a tech nerd to have built my own automation. So I decided to strike out on my own and provide a service at the lowest possible cost to the consumer, the trucker, in order to help them turn their money faster, recognize their cash revenue faster, and cut down their overhead expenses, either personnel, or if that's not where they want to lose the money, then or cut the money from, then processes that can be eliminated or automated in order to lower the amount of errors that happen or the amount of workforce that's needed. So you can better use the people in your company to do more than just repetitive burnout work. And so I formed Freight Revenue Consultants in September of last year, and went live with it January of this year. And I couldn't be happier.
Awesome. That's a great story, and it is. You can definitely, from what you said and from looking at your LinkedIn, you made that gradual climb, from the bottom, pulling yourself, working up, getting experience in all the different areas and facets, revolving around the money stuff, different size organizations, little different positions, and finality is you being where you are right now and owning your business. So, first of all, congratulations. You're working on 6 months, right? 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah, 6 months. So
6
congratulations.
terrifying months. But yeah.
I bet so.
Yeah. It's good though. It's a good terrifying.
Yes, yeah. It's it is being a business owner. It is. It's terrifying. It's good. At the same time, all your emotions definitely run wild. For at least the first year.
Oh yeah, yeah, and in I'm a service industry professional, so I understand how tight the market is right now, and I launched anyway because if I can save one company from shutting down with my service, then it's all worth it to me. I have nothing but the utmost respect for truckers. The backbone of the American economy. They, you guys kind of do the work that nobody gives them any credit for, and I want to change that outlook from a lot of people because it's really just ignorance of the subject matter, really.
I agree. I'll tell you, everyone. I wouldn't say everyone, a lot of people. They don't have enough respect for driver, and they kind of think of them as. I mean, it's kind of a bad example, but I think it proves the point. Kind of the janitors of the company. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like they're the ones that come in every day. They make sure that everything looks good. It's taken care of. We're ready to open the doors for the morning. All the little issues that pop up or whatever. Like that's what they do. They take care of those things. But they're the unseen folks. You know what I mean? You see their truck driving down the road, but people still don't have a massive amount of respect for them like they should.
Agreed.
It's kind of like the military. Everybody says thank you for your service, and we appreciate what you do, but it's like you really have no fucking idea what I do or what we went through. You know what I mean? But all right, so and correct me if I'm wrong here, but no. Oh man. Every time we have a lady on the show, man, every time she takes control. That's what women do. They take control.
Well, somebody's got to run the ship. Come on now.
That is right. You're right. Oh my God. My wife says the same thing. She's like, if it wasn't for me, gosh only knows what you guys would be doing. So we'd be running around here in our underwear, unshaven, like everywhere. We wouldn't know what to do.
We'd be very feral.
Yeah,
I think you would have a different
demographic. Salmon out of the river.
Jeff. We'd have chops like Jeff, that just not nearly as tightly.
Those are impressive, by the way. Mr. Dickinson, like hats off.
Thank you very much.
Oh, come on now. You can't say that. Now he's not going to stop talking about it.
That's very impressive.
Talk about it. You guys talk about it more than I do. Come on now.
Because it's fake. I don't believe it's real.
Jealous. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's go, man.
Calm down, Jeff.
Focus. Renee. So it and again, correct me if I'm wrong, kind of seems that your business model is getting these owner operators to stand on their own 2 feet financially and deal with their receivables on their own and try to pull them away from the factoring companies, which understood. Sorry, quick plug. Not everybody can be like Sureline and be fucking real honest people, but a lot of these factory companies out there are very predatory, and they keep these carriers, even brokers in other businesses.
Yeah.
They're credit card companies. That's what they are.
Yeah. Well, most of the bigger ones are owned by banks, so it makes sense, right? Yeah. So, first of all, I'm not going to ever knock factoring, because factoring is, with good or bad, it single-handedly keeps new truckers on the road. It costs so much money to get started, and then you have no capital, and you're expected to start making money but not get paid for 30, 60, 90 days. It's ridiculous. Nobody could survive that. So, I mean, factoring is a very, very, very much needed service. And I would, there are good fish, there are bad fish. I mean, that's in any industry. I'm not in any real position to kind of discredit any factoring company. But the target audience for me are not the new starting, right? Because I can help them increase their revenue through, automation and modifying processes and doing electronic, receivables for them so that they're getting paid faster, but I can't give them any cash up front. So my target audience are the been in business a couple of years, now have working capital, don't really need to use a factoring company anymore, looking to move away from that, or looking to move the receivable part of their business, like to not have to use the funding, but want to keep the receivable part of their business out of their books, like on somebody else's books and be somebody else's headache. And so that's what I basically offer. So clients with me, I offer a lot of services, but my most popular is my receivable process automation. It's an outsourced service. So it works just like factoring. I get the paperwork from you, you send it to me instead to your customer. I audit it. I track down any missing paperwork. I make the copies better. I call the shipper receiver if we need a better copy. I find the lumper tickets for you, whatever we need to make sure you get paid. I invoice it with your invoice information, branded with your company information, and then it's all sent electronically secured with a tag that signals that it was received. So no more, we didn't get your invoice, we didn't get your email. Nope, sorry. And then I have developed over the 22 years a very good working relationship with all the large brokers. So I know the head of accounts payable. I know their staff and how their API works. So I can plug right into their accounts payable and accounts receivable and electronically update payment statuses and fix claims and all that stuff. So it really does increase your cash recognition. An average right now, on average, I think a broker's paying in 37 days on average, which is 7 days up from a year ago. We'll probably see 40, 42 by the end of the year if we're not careful. And so a lot of that is because mailing and waiting for check to be mailed is a way for a company who can't afford to pay somebody to stretch their payments. And a lot of brokers do that. Now, Landstar is the only broker who still issues a paper check. But Landstar pays in 21 days. And 21 days from delivery, that check goes in the mail. So they can get away with it because every factoring company is going to work with Landstar. And if you do everything but Landstar, you can wait for 21 days for that payment. But yeah, so that's what I want to do is I want to be the bridge between, I want to show people how they can go from factoring to a service of automation. So I'm like test driving automation to see how it works for you, how it feels for you, if it scopes in the way that you would like it to, and if so, then start my business process management side of it, which is then, now let's talk about automating your in-house, pulling me out of that equation and putting you in touch with the right vendors and the right systems and designing it with you so that you can implement it and train on it, and I can be there to help you through all of it. At the end of the day, my ultimate goal is you no longer need me and you are doing it on your own. And you are keeping every penny that you earn.
I like that test drive analogy there.
Mhm.
Renee said she's like the new car sales lady. Hey, jump in and look at all these shiny buttons. You see that? There's cigarette lighters and ashtrays in every single door. They don't do that no more. No.
But no, it's the truth. A lot of companies, automation is inevitable.
Yep.
I wrote a whole white paper that's on my website, great, revenueconsultants.com, that is about how really the brokers are pushing automation as the payables. So they no longer want to get paper invoices, and they no longer want to get phone calls for check payments. They want everything to be done electronically. And they're saying, if you don't take electronic payments and if you don't submit electronically and go onto our systems and look at payment statuses instead of calling us, we're just not going to talk to you. And we're going to put you on a list and we're not going to give you loads. And they can do that. So it's really inevitable. Everyone's going to have to automate, but it's scary. And if you're not real tech savvy, it can be overwhelming and it's expensive. I mean, Christ is expensive.
Yeah.
But if you use a process like mine, where you see how automation can benefit you before you make the plunge, then I can hook you up with vendors and, SaaS vendors and software vendors and everything to get you the lowest possible discounts and costs to build you a system. And some of them, it's a free cost. They have free services that they offer you introductory. But to build the best design for your work and your customer base. And make sure that you're comfortable with what you have before you break free and do it on your own. Because I just personally believe that enough people are in the pockets of truckers taking their money. And I just think that the less people hands in that, the better off the trucking operation will be.
I agree. And something, when I was not on this side, but on the other side, I used to give incentives for quick pays. So if I had a shipper and I said, listen, you know what, I'm going to put some money in your pocket. If you pay me within 21 days, I'll give you half a percentage point off. If you get down to 14 days, I'll give you 1%. Get down to 7, I'll go up to 1 3/4. Because basically, as quick as I get paid, I can turn around and pay my carriers. But I'm not going to wait until they pay. But at least now I've got a nice.
A 7-day window is always better than a 35-day window.
Exactly. And my aging report looked fantastic because of that. And it was well worth the cost of that incentive, because it actually worked out better, not just for me, but for them. And the carriers would respond to my request a lot quicker too, because they were getting paid.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so many brokers offer quick pay. And not all of them are great. Not all of them are worth the percentage that it costs. But some of them are. I mean, some of them are. Some of them, it just makes sense. It's cheaper than factoring.
Oh, yeah.
And if you can, like I just said, 7 days is better than 35. If you can shave off 1.5%, which is, I think it's what England's is, why not?
Right.
You lose a 1.5, but you get paid in 7 days.
Right.
So you're not having to. You're budgeting. You know for sure in 7 days I'll have those funds. That projection for you is so much more by the minute.
Well, it's great for credit especially when you've got loans and you're dealing with banks and you're showing that payment terms that are much better than anybody else. Guess who's going to benefit from that?
Right.
You got to take care of the people who take care of you. I believe that so much.
Renee, I'd like to ask real quick, because I'm a contract dispatcher and I'm more on the carrier side than on the broker side than the rest of these bozos here. But what I'm really curious about it is, how do you target the carriers that you work with? If they're working with a factoring company, you have to deal with the contracts that these factoring companies have. Do you have a means of getting them out of that contract?
Well, so That's a yes and no question. So I've been a member of the IFA, the International Factoring Association. I've been in factoring for 20 years. So I have a lot of contacts at most major factoring companies. There's been a real surge of new ones. Sureline being one of them. But I believe the owner of that came from Tab, I think, Tab Bank. But so while I can negotiate on their behalf, if they have a factoring company and they want to move away, I can be a bridge that helps facilitate that. But ultimately, I can't fight against any cost that they have. So they have to weigh that in the process. So I'll tell you, the number one stumbling block I have with sales is I don't price online. I don't price until you call me and we talk. And the reason is because I can't give you the best possible, cheapest price until I talk to you. So until I know how many trucks you run, who your customers are, what your book looks like, what your cash looks like, and then look at how. Okay, here's the changes we'd have to make. So first of all, you have to start taking automatic payments with your invoices. So you need to get a link to a bank or a fuel card, something where the money is electronic, right? We got to get you set up with everything. It's all, I'll pay all that cost. That's fine. But in order to get you the lowest possible rate, I have to know those things because most of my cost to my clients is just right at break even. Because that's what I want to do. I would rather break even than charge them way more than they need to pay. And I know that's a crazy business model, but I know I have clients that will have for a very long time. So it's better for me to say I just will break even with you in the beginning, and down the road, if we get into the implementation stages, then that's where you'll pay a consultancy fee.
Here's what John, actually, thank you for asking that question. That was
I don't even think I answered your question. I'm sorry.
I was going.
You did.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I was going to ask that question. Well, thank you, John, for asking that. So my question is, what do you have requirements for the people you do business with? Not just a year, but when you look at things and you're like, yeah, this person's an absolute shit show. Like things that you see on a constant basis, and you're like, yeah, I've dealt with this before. You were definitely not somebody that I want to be dealing with, or companies like you.
So first of all, I don't run your credit or anything like that because I'm not financing anything, right? So I'm doing invoice and collection calls. Money's all still going to you. Unlike a factoring, the money's not going through me in any way, so I have no risk in working for you. That makes me a true partner, right? And so I don't care about their credit like a factoring company would, or what I do look at, I'll be real honest with you, is I look at their safety score, because if you've had 3 wrecks that were like big wrecks and you were at fault on some of them, then I'm going to be more concerned about you having large damage claims. That holds up payment, and I'm going to advise you that that's probably going to be an issue for me.
What about like revenue levels?
Revenue levels.
I mean,
I work from 1 truck to 100 trucks, 500 trucks. I have programs that can be tailored to. I just want to send you the invoices, and you just here's my bank account. Here's my bank statement every day, and you just give me the information and put it in my system. Okay, that's one service set. You want a full service where I give you credit on your brokers and I report, business intelligence to you based off of your entire account. That's a much higher payment. But I look for ideally 10 or more trucks, just because that's that's about the area where people are starting to feel the need to step away from factoring, or have been in business long enough and have saved up, or have found most people when they step away from factoring, they find a direct line or a direct shipper, right? Which is the dream. It's just haul for one person all the time that pays really well. But that doesn't happen for a long time. Usually you have to know them for a very long time before they take you on in that level. So usually my clients are a couple of years, 3+ years in it, living it, doing it, and have gotten their cash game high enough where they have capital to leave factoring. And then as far as revenue goes, I mean, my pricing, it doesn't really matter. My pricing is based off your revenue. So, whether you have 1 truck or 100 trucks, I'm still doing the same process. What I look at, it's less about revenue and it's more about the quality of the work they do. So if you are just a person that has 12 trucks and you're trying to do everything yourself and you're just booking loads off of load boards without having a dispatcher or someone finding and then sourcing that for you, you're probably going to be somebody I'm not thrilled to talk to, because you're going to be hauling for, Mo's truck brokerage and Jim and Larry's brokerage, and they probably don't have credit, and because you're just taking loads to move the truck. If you're serious about making money and you have dispatchers or you have dedicated load finders or you have someone in-house who that's their job, then I'm probably much more likely to want to work with you. But I'll take anyone. Everyone goes through rough patches.
Yeah. No, I mean, I understand. There's when it comes to trucking, like I said, money is it's very fluid.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very cyclical.
Right.
There's a lot of issues out there. Your truck may break down and you don't work for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? And or you're one of those drivers, that they only like to work doing this exact thing, and they're just so that's all. I mean, it really wasn't a dollar amount. It's like, do you look for that consistency in their work? Like, are you bringing in constant money so I know that this is going to be a good work stream for me, money stream for me, and we're going to be able to do this, because sometimes people part-time and half-ass things, and sometimes that can make your job or even my job harder, dealing with folks like that.
Right. So what's unique about, that's a really good question, so thank you for asking it. What's interesting about my services, which is unique to almost anyone else who offers outsourced AR, is tailored, monthly tailored flexibility. So if you downsize, my price downsizes. If you grow and say, I hired a guy, he's starting tomorrow, I'm going to have an extra truck, we're in the middle of the month, okay, I'm prorate the rest of this month to add a truck. We'll start that next month. Then it'll just get tacked on. The scalability and flexibility there, or you know what, I wrecked my truck, I have to shut down, it's going to be in the shop for, I don't know how long. Okay, we're going to put a pause on charging you. And then when you're back up and running, you make a call to me, we turn it back on, and we start again. And if you don't ever call me, we don't have a contract, it's fine.
I like that. I like that, Renee. And I say that because I've been a part of some operations where like those were the things, man. They couldn't keep a driver, not for their fault, just they kept hiring family. That was their issue, and family, took advantage of them, and so they kept having a high turnover rate, and they had a bad truck, and the factory company they dealt with, which was one of the big boys. If that truck didn't move for 10 days and you didn't send them up, they shut your shit off. They cut off your fuel card, like everything. They wouldn't do anything for you. And
but they had skin in the game, right? Because they were taking risks.
So, just that was all. Just wanted to know, like, hey, that they look for that consistency and stuff like that, and so forth, so on. So I was wondering, if that was something that you look for. Now, my next question is, what you had already said one of them, but I want to know if are there any more red flags that you come across, that you could share with other people that, say, hey, when you see this, like, step back and pause and maybe look into that a little more.
On the carrier side, like
Yes,
with the client?
Yes.
Well, like I said, the safety I look at because, recklessness is just foolishness in the trucking game. I mean, and everybody has accidents. We were talking about it before we came on. We were talking, been sideswiped, or, nobody pays attention to trucks on the road, and they just like ram into you or cut you off, and then are surprised when you smash into them. But if you have repeated violations, that's a red flag. To me, that means that you don't have a problem being unsafe. And I just don't want to work with somebody who doesn't have a problem being unsafe on the road. The other thing is, when you look at their book, seeing who they're working with can sometimes be a red flag. So there are large brokers, I don't think I have to name them because we all know them, who are notorious for going incommunicado when there's the slightest hiccup on the account. And so someone who does more than 50% of their work with those couple of big customers, I would encourage to diversify. But if they don't, that's a red flag for me. Just because I know how sideways that can go, and you will be out of business. If you are hauling primarily for this one giant brokerage house, and one load that you deliver, whether it's true or not, the shipper says this thing's got damage all over it. Guess what? Click your money off. If they owe you $1 million in receivables, you're not going to see a dime of it until that claim is closed. So,
which is at least 9+ months away,
Right.
If you're lucky, because they don't do anything to help you. They just don't. No, they're out of it at that point. They've got your money. They don't care. So that's one of the
until
things
you drive a rig with the amount owed through their parking lot.
Exactly. You go park out in front of them and say, right, where's my money? On it.
I had a client who did that. He got paid by one of those big guys because he did that out in Cincinnati.
Yeah. Well, it was all on the news when the guy rode on his truck about TQL, where's my money? Yeah.
We orchestrated that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
That guy's my personal hero. Like, I've never been more proud of anyone in my entire life. It's actually like I have a little mascot of that on my company profile somewhere. But so one of the things that sets me apart as well, other than the flexibility, is understanding the market a lot better than most people, because I've looked at it from the profit side of factoring. And so I have vast amounts of experience in credit data and what to look at to see if a customer is creditworthy, or to spot signs of potential financial problems in a lane that you're on. The other thing is there is nothing that has happened that I have not had to have a hand in fixing with the client. So I will help you file and settle claims. I will make sure you get paid for detention. I will go after every short pay until it gets paid. I mean, that's part of what I do. And that's part of the whole point is every dollar you should have, I am going to make sure you get. Because I don't play around with, the shipper didn't pay us that attention. I don't care if it's on the rate sheet you're paying attention. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mess around with that. And I know the laws around it, and I know how to get them paid. And that's part of what you pay me for if you go for the larger service, which most of my bigger clients do. Because that's where a lot of companies lose the most money is just on short pay. They don't pay detention. They didn't pay the receipt for unloading. They shorted me $200 for a late delivery, but I was there on time and they made me wait. You know, and I have proof of it. But now they're not taking my phone calls. Well, they'll take mine. You know, I'll drive to where they are. That's how much I hate customers that keep money that's not theirs. So, I really want to be a one-stop shop to like make sure that everything that you do, you get every cent for. And I'm in a unique position of being able to do that. I think it's hard enough out there. I don't think it needs to be harder. It needs to be easier.
I certainly feel that. I mean, I don't know how many carriers I've worked with. You know, they're one or two trucks, and they spend all their time on the road. The last thing they need to do is sit there and chase down a TONU or chase down a detention. I mean, I do everything I can as their dispatcher, and I'm usually fairly successful. But, you know, a lot of brokers just count on myself or my carrier just forgetting about it because they're dragging their feet so damn long. Drives me nuts.
100%. Yep. And so I also offer consultation to larger carriers on those subjects, like how to avoid getting your funding cut off due to damage claims by being proactive, how to make sure your drivers understand how to get paid for detention, how to navigate ensuring that you get paid with a receipt for unloading or loading or restacking or anything like that. That's one of the things that I also do in my consultancy.
That's pretty cool.
There's a lot of stuff that nobody tells you.
Yeah. Like even like if you're a company driver, a lot of times they don't train you on that. Like you're just kind of thrown to the wind, and then it's too late.
Yeah.
Good luck coming back to a broker or even a shipper. Like, oh hey, by the way, this and this and this happened. Can we get paid for that? And like, no.
Well, remember, federal law says you have 18 months on interstate loads to file a claim if you haven't been paid on something. And that's one of the things that we do from the double broker bounty hunter desk is to help these carriers get paid from that. Well, we will help with bond filings, but I go after it.
No plugs, John. No plans.
No, he didn't say anything wrong.
That's news to me.
I might want to talk to you off camera because that sounds like something that might align with my client base. So,
we'll definitely
anything that happens in the lounge should be consulted through Pedro and I as mediators.
Hey, he said that he was a bounty hunter against double brokers. That's what I heard.
That's what I heard too.
Hey, it's right on the description on my screen right here. You know?
Right, that's right.
John is amazing. John, I don't even know how John I met. I think on Facebook, but Renee, he is definitely someone you want to get with. John he's fucking great people. From what he does is the double broker bounty hunter, even as a dispatcher. Dispatchers get a lot of shit. Me personally, I'm a proponent for dispatchers, just like everyone else in this industry. They do have their part as long as they know what they're doing. They're professional, but you and John should definitely hook up. John's a great guy, and like yourself, he's very well educated and informed on the parts of the industry that he works with. You know what I mean? And so, just like yourself, definitely you two be able to share some information and help one another out.
Sounds great.
Look forward to
You'll be hearing from me.
Just send royalties to Pedro and Hunter.
Hunter and I literally
putting them on my show too. I pay for it by putting them on my show too.
Hunter and I literally talked about that. We're like, do we need to do like a digital fucking tip jar? You know what I mean? Like,
right? Hey, throw the PayPal on the bottom.
Vimo. We take Vimo.
We
have absolutely 100%. You should have a disclaimer that anyone who's on, like, if you make a vendor connection while on our show, we require a 10% surcharge.
The funny thing about that, Renee, is like everyone that comes on our show would have to put into that jar. It is.
Well, the hell with that. We're about making extra. Hunter and I were talking the other day about like, man, we wish we could track
all of the money that people have made doing business with each other because they met on the lounge. Like we have several people that have done are doing business with each other, right? You know, from just meeting a lounge like you and John, you know, and they just connect backstage or whatever and do stuff. So
It's okay. I guess we're a nonprofit.
there you go. Fuck, we need to start our 501.
Well, you know, they make a really awesome software now. It's a software as a service, and there's a couple of really good ones I can recommend to you that do exactly that. So you would keep track of the sales that happened because you introduced two vendors.
Yeah,
Yeah, as Data2 says, we charge a flat rate of $420.69. No more, no less.
that's
And there's 95% of that goes to taxes. So just want that to be clear.
Oh, this is after taxes, so
This is after
just do the math.
yeah, we both live in states with low taxation. Thank you very much. So we'll get most of that.
We're verified 501c.
That's
There you go.
we do. We need to. Hey, you know, we do. We need to start a nonprofit, man. That would be
But
fun.
I think, in all seriousness, though, I think that in working in the trucking community is to be a community. So you just, you know, while it's funny to say, you know, I need to start charging for all these people. I mean, the great thing about the trucking community is just that, a community. And I mean, all the people I've met are lifelong contacts for me because they have either helped me in some way or I've helped them in some way. And that, to me, is like a lifelong favor. And so it's another thing that makes me really enjoy the community. I just like being in the trucking community. Great place to be.
I agree with you. And, you know, I want to take it a step further. I think that, you know, logistics as a whole is a community. The only thing, the only bad part about that community is we all live in our own subdivisions, and they're all gated subdivisions, and everyone is afraid to leave their own fucking gated subdivision and drive into someone else's and say, "Hey neighbor, how you freaking doing? You ever need that ratchet? You come over and holler at me. If you need a chainsaw, just let me know." You know, like that's what it is. We're a community, but we're
in another neighborhood.
Huh?
Going over to someone else's neighborhood offering services.
But it's an analogy. Y'all get it. Like that's what it is.
You're in my cul-de-sac, maybe.
We're all you know, we're all.
End.
You got a pool and a boat. We're in business.
But also, when do you have the time?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When do you have the time to even stop and go, I got to drive over there and ask him to borrow that ratchet? Oh, shit, I can't. I got to be somewhere in 10 minutes and I'm already late.
However, but if I bump into you at the Applebee's for $1 margaritas, then that's a different story. I find out you live across the way, you know, hey, no problems.
And, you know, I honestly, I think that a really big barrier, actually two barriers in that, is the misconceptions that each part of the community has. Carriers think brokers are fucking scum. You know, brokers think,
and damn right you are.
Brokers
Finally, you tell the truth.
Brokers think carriers are fucking dumb as a box of rocks, steering wheel holders for the most part.
Yes,
you know?
we are. Yes, we are.
And shippers are the fucking union leader standing over everybody saying, "You all bow to me. I control all things."
Or not.
And
here's the dirty secret, though. Shippers want to work directly with carriers.
I'll disagree with you there. We'll agree to disagree. We can get into that a lot.
Say that again.
She said that shippers want to work with carriers. I disagree.
They do.
I disagree.
I work a shipper. They do if they're ethical. That's the
No,
number one thing. And
we
the
can
problem
get into
with
this.
that, but
We'll
Rob,
get into this in a minute. What's up?
Seriously, the biggest problem on the shipper side is that they fail to vet their service providers. That's the biggest thing, okay? We as brokers and carriers, we know how to vet each other, right? To make sure that we're ethical. The problem is there's a missing piece. It's called the shipper. The shipper wants the cheapest rates, but I'll be damned if they go and vet who they're doing business with because they're looking at the almighty dollar. Now, if they want to put money in their pocket to their bottom line, vet the fucking people who you want to do business with.
I
You'll
agree.
be
That's a
surprised.
great point, Jeff, because a lot of shippers are easy to turn a blind eye as long as it gets done at their
Until the
tolerance.
shit hits the fan and they have a massive
Exactly.
accident where there's a nuclear verdict and they go, "Oh shit, I should have done that." Well, sorry, man. You made a
Shit,
big
that's when they
mistake.
start throwing darts, man. That's when the shit rolls
They always
downhill.
do. They always do.
I'll touch on that in a moment. Let me back up and make my second point. The second one of the second biggest divider that I think there is everyone in this industry is on different parts of social media. Drivers, they fucking love Facebook. They love X. That's where their people are. The shippers, the brokers, a lot of the movers and shakers, they're on LinkedIn. That's where they're at. That's their community. And we try to tell people all the time, if you're a driver, like, dude, if you're not on LinkedIn, you're missing out. Like, you want to talk and to direct shippers, like, those people are on there. You want to get in touch with people like Jeff and myself and Hunter and other people in this industry that have things to say, like Dale Prax and Dan Lindsay, Claudia Catlett, all of these people that we know, they're on LinkedIn. Like,
That's why I'm on LinkedIn.
Yeah. So
yeah, but you know something that's very important. These shippers that are on LinkedIn, they're in stealth mode. They don't say much at all.
Yeah,
All they do is they monitor what's being said, who's bullshitting, who's not, and you don't know if they're going to reach out to you. So be authentic. Always on there. Tell it the way it is.
What I mean, Jeff, is like is not that like you go in there and headhunt them, because honestly, every shipper that I've ever talked to, they can't stand people when you fucking slide their DMs on LinkedIn and try to act.
No, they
As
don't.
soon as you connect, you get a DM, you know? It's like,
But you know what I mean? My point is they're on there, they're posting about what's going on in their world. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to know what they're thinking, like, read their post, you know, see what stuff they're into, the things that matter to their company. You know, you may see Jimmy, who's a logistics manager at XYZ company. Well, what is Jimmy into? What is his company into? What are they about? You know, those
that's
things.
what you have to do.
Yes.
I teach that all the time. Stop stealing my fucking thunder, all right?
Hey, listen, you're the sensei, I'm the grasshopper, man. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I thought this was the logistics
Roberto's son.
No, not the Jeff
Exactly.
Dickinson.
Oh, Roberto's son.
Roberto's son.
So, hey, all right. So let me get to my thing about the shippers, and I'm not talking as a whole. Okay. You know what I mean is by that is and first I'm gonna cut this fallacy right here. That is not across the board, but a lot of carriers say, "Oh, I'll just go work directly for the shipper and make all the money they give you as a broker." Most likely, no, you're not. That's not going to happen. Brokers, they pay a premium for me because they know I got to make my little cut, and they know what I pay you. You're not going to go to them and say, "Hey, you pay the broker $2,100, give me $2,100." They're like, "Yeah, no, I'll give you 19." Second thing is they use us as a barrier to be able to step away and say, "Ha, not my fucking monkey, not my circus." You know what I mean? Like that's what they do. And so
it's a smart move on their part.
It is. It mitigates
To
their
a point.
and it mitigates their risk. It allows them to, if something goes awry, which I dealt with this myself, an issue like this, is they can step back and say, "Oh, you as the broker, you got to deal with it. It's your problem now." You know, so it go ahead, Gunner.
But we're also a capacity reach too, because if you're like, you know, you own a trucking company, you got 5 trucks, and you have 1 truck dedicated to this lane, and that truck breaks down. Well, you as a carrier can't reach out and find someone else to pick that load up for you. So the broker is necessary at that point. Like, that's a vital part that a lot of people forget about. That was just my
but to allow the shipper to just step away and say, "Okay, I don't have to mess with this anymore." You know, dude, when it comes to the money, wrong. You got a responsibility under 49 CFR 377 to make sure.
Let's be real. A lot of these shippers, a lot of people that are running these, you know, that are like head of logistics, don't know what the hell they're doing. Like Jeff down here, I don't know how Ford got.
I think to your point, yes, I agree. I think that there's 2 very big barriers. I think that there's a lot of division in the transportation sector as a whole, between a whole bunch of things. I think that we've kind of siloed it. Not, and I say we, the royal we, as I'm not in the trucking industry per se. But I think that there is definitely silos built, and everyone's kind of told to stay in their lane, and which never makes sense to me, because the best, most creative, most lucrative, profitable things I've ever done have been through combined communication and cooperation. The three C's. So if you don't stick your neck out, sure, you never risk getting it chopped off, but you also risk keeping yourself in the dark. So I'm just a big fan of, especially in this climate right now where it's tough to even like live on what you make. There has to be a better solution than everyone just staying in their lane and expecting something to change. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how to change it. I don't know what to do. I'm not an economist, but it seems to me that there's strength in numbers, and whether you're a broker or a carrier or a shipper, it behooves everyone to be proactive about making a much more stable economic turn in the transportation industry.
Yeah, I agree. And my to make my last point is actually to touch off what Jeff said is, a lot of shippers are not set up like brokerages in the way that they send me a load, or at least my company, not everyone. A lot of people are cradle to grave, but they send me a load. I've got a team of people behind me. I put that load out to them. I'm like, hey, call all the carriers that have ran this load for us previous times, hit them up, make me lane makers, reach out to this person, do this, run, they take all the options, do all the vetting, all the issues, all the tracking, all that stuff. And a lot of shippers just aren't set up for that. A lot of people that we deal with as brokers, it's one man or one woman. We're calling you, Renee, and we're talking to you, and Renee's like, hey, Rob, I got this load from point A to point B, just find me a truck, please. Renee is a one-person operation. She can't take 50 fucking calls and then vet every single person, make sure they're doing these things. So, again, I'm not saying that they don't, because a lot of them do want to do that. I hear it a lot more often. However, to also touch on Hunter's thing, they don't give a shit about your 1 or 5 truck operations.
No, they don't.
People want fleets. They want fleets. You need to have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 trucks. Right now, if you want to go to Niagara Water as a carrier, what is it? 100 trucks, 500 trucks, some shit like that? Nuts. They'll take you. A Shoe Carnival. I did this right now. You go to Shoe Carnival right now, they'll take you, but your ass better have 20 trucks and you're able to drop trailers for 5 days at a time. I give you the contact info right now. But again,
you ain't going to compete with big dogs.
I'll take it right now, because I do not do any transactional business because of that. I work smarter, not harder. I do more in less time. That's why I'm all drop and hook, dedicated, multi-stop, and that's it, for that simple reason. One, because I want to reduce my risk. I want to have more control, and I want to have them on long term. I am setting myself up right now to be in position A, so when that market switches, I'm ready to scale.
Ironically,
I am ready to scale right now.
Ironically, Jeff, they are transactional. Believe that or not, they're transactional.
I only do dedicated with set sales schedule throughout the whole week.
That's not it. All their stuff is spot ran off of their proprietary TMS, and you're also competing with the mega carriers. I used to get their trailer report list, and then I was like, man, why am I not winning any of these loads? Like, I've got carriers saying, dude, this is what I need. It's a good rate. And then you get the report and like, oh, okay, Swift, Knight, US Express, fucking like, oh, that's why I'm not winning shit. These people are running these things $1.15 a mile, man. So but anyway, point is, again, I'm not trying to make a thing for a broker. I'm just saying, as a broker, it's a thing everyone says, oh, if I can get direct to the shipper, man, it may or may not work in your favor. It can go either way. And as many of them out there that want to deal with carriers, there's just as many, if not more, that say, I'd rather go through a broker for XYZ reasons that we listed here. So yeah.
And to be fair,
everything goes smooth. The brokers, the dispatchers, they all have places within this industry, and they all bring added value. It's when the shit hits the fan. And so, to Renee's point, we all have got to be able to work together. And this divide that exists between the carriers and the carriers and the brokers is killing us. And that's okay. Now to run into my realm where the scammers come in and run all of us ragged.
Yep.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
That's why I say,
it's the craziest I've ever seen it. It's unbelievable.
terrible.
I've seen it be pretty crazy before.
And I'm telling you, the strategy, or I don't know, the strategicalness. I don't fucking know what the word I'm trying to find here is. But I know, dude, I just invent words. That's what I do. I don't give a shit. Like,
do it.
I send letters to Webster's, and I'm like,
write it down, send it out.
Put this shit in your book, yo. Anyway, is John, what you said, man, we have a friend I have a friend, the show has a friend, Laurent Batiste, used to come on the show all the time. And his thing is always, the broker used to be a liaison for the carrier. We were their representative. Yes, we get paid by the shipper. We've always got paid for the shipper, but our job was to get them the most money. Me personally, that's still my job. And I'll use this as a time to dispel that brokers don't like low rates, dumbass. The higher you get paid, the more we get paid. So let me tell you, I'm for higher rates. Give me $4 a mile loads, please. But it got to the point where that shift was made, and the brokers started becoming more shipper-centric and focusing our time and our pitch and our service more towards them. And the carrier became another tool, like a TMS or a vetting system. They just became a tool that we use to get the business from the shipper and complete the transaction. And that's where it is. That line has been drawn, and now we're all in a sense against each other for the most part. And I really feel that I think we all can agree, when at the very least the carriers and the brokers can start seeing eye to eye and treating each other right again. And I say each other because I don't care. Let me tell you, carriers, your ass stinks like everyone else ass stinks. Okay. You are not the end all. You don't run the world. There are a lot of you out there that are shit trash that I wouldn't use if I had known before that. But there's the same thing with the brokers. And we need to get a way to meet in the median somewhere and have some type of actual standards that people are held to, things like that. And hold on, time for a plug. Go the Broker Carrier Summit in October.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
Attaboy.
You like that. You like that, don't you, Jeff?
Oh, I love that, man.
Jeff is going to hop out his fucking chair when I say this.
Oh, yeah. Boom. That's where it begins.
Right there, man. Right there. Yes, Corey. Hey, you know what? Nobody wants to hear anything from a predatory tower. We'll love Corey, but yeah, that's my thing. Really, and until that starts to happen again, and we can really build that bond, and also say, get rid of a lot of the fraudsters out there, because the double brokers have done nothing but drive their narrative that brokers are dirtbags. You know what I mean? Because and I use the analogy that people say about reviews. You know what I mean? I could go to Jeff's restaurant and it'd be the best food I've ever had in my life. Man, just everything was perfect. I'm not going to say a fucking word to anybody on Google. Yeah. But man, if Jeff brought me a Miller Lite and I asked for something else, I'm a be all over the reviews and just this idiot. You know what I mean? And that's what it is with double brokers. They're in the scammers. They've set that narrative and continue to drive it. And it's bad, man. I agree with what you said, Renee. It is the worst I have ever seen it. It's a battle out there.
Exponentially worse over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and like I'm trying to put this in a nice way.
Oh, we don't
have
do,
to. This is the
Oh,
legit-
don't worry about
Okay,
nice.
and-
Be
and-
blunt.
we don't do nice here.
Where the fuck is FMCSA? Like, why is this? Why are they not
Okay.
taking care of
I
this?
could tell you what the problem is at FMCSA. There's two of them actually.
There's lots
Number
of
one-
problems there, but
Well, yes, but the two that I can immediately cite: lack of resources. They don't have the
Yeah.
manpower to sit
That's
there
true.
and do any kind of
That's
vetting.
very
That's number
true.
one. Number two, Motor Carrier Act in 1980 is the other
Mhm.
problem they have. The Motor
Yep.
Carrier Act in 1980 specifically states that as long as a carrier wants to get an authority and checks all the boxes, they're entitled to get the authority.
mhm.
And since all
was
that took
map
place,
21?
no, that's MCA 1980.
That's good.
But the thing is that was all before the internet. So it doesn't take into account the fact that you have virtual addresses, virtual phone numbers, and all that. So FMCSA still issues out all these authorities. And the problem is that you have so many of these authorities being issued every single week
Mhm.
Oh, I
to
know. I
all of
get the
these
register, yeah.
fictitious players.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I've
FMCSA is not
Everything.
entirely to blame.
acronym. Damn it. I'm gonna look this up right now. Dale Prax's acronym for the FMCSA. I love his acronyms. That is how you know that is a fucking military man right there, because he loves acronyms. He
Yep.
loves
What are you looking
acronyms.
up? What are you
We
looking
we
up?
have a friend. Have you ever heard of Freight Validate?
Oh yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah, Dale Prax is a good friend of all of ours. Really,
Yes.
just
Yeah,
yes.
he's a great guy. Great
No,
product too.
But he's making acronyms now about all kinds of things. Scumbag, which Jeff has mentioned several times, that is an acronym. Hold on, I'm scrolling through his stuff. Jeff, I'm trying to find this FMCSA one, dude, because that's
The idiot. Remember the idiot?
the idiot one too. Yeah, I'm gonna find it. Damn, Dale, you post a lot, bro.
Mhm.
God
Well,
damn,
that man's active as
He
hell.
stays busy.
it does.
Hey, I'm using his tool. I am definitely using his
I do
tool.
too.
Yep.
I like it.
I love it.
Do you like his tool, Jeff? Sorry, bro. Hey,
You picked the wrong day. You picked a Friday to say that, man. You
were
walked into
talking
that.
about stinky asses, and I was about to say something. I'm like, no,
You
No.
should have, man.
I know where your nose is, Ben.
You should have, man. You should have, dude. You know, hey, that's what we're doing. Shit. God dang it, I can't find
Hey,
it.
if you can dish it out, you can take it too, man.
I wish Dale still watched so he could just say what the heck it is. God dang, you post a lot, Dale. Holy shit.
Great, he beat me. That's awesome.
Dude, he does. He posts a lot, man. Holy crap. I'm going to find it before we get off the show. But I say the same. The problem with the FMCSA is what I've always said, and it's the problem with every part of this government. They have no incentive to stop. I don't know how many times I said, I don't know how hard this really is for like folks to wrap their head around. It's money. They don't give a shit. It's money. $300 every time someone does it, and then they get money from IFTA, and then they get money from ICR, UCR. Then like they have no reason to stop doing it. And I love how they say is, they come out and at MATS and made all of these promises saying what they're going to do. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. We're going to start vetting. And then this right here really got me. They made this whole big post or big thing with these articles about, oh, we're coming out of this thing, we're going to do all this shit, and all it was them already was saying, oh, we're only going to verify the same fucking people that we already do, and that's freight forwarders and HHG folks.
Hey,
Wow, whoopee, big news. You wrote this 40 years ago, dum-dum. Well, this is not news to anybody.
hey, you want to cleanse some carriers?
The bullshit.
You want to cleanse some carriers out there? The number one thing on a CDL license, the number one test is a pre-check inspection that you must pass. Okay, it's a law. It's under FMCSA, CFR 49 or 49 CFR 392.7 under inspection, maintenance, and usage that mandates that on every single trip, a carrier must do a pre-check inspection. And then everybody talks about, the DOT inspections and everything. Well, listen, if you filled out the damn FMCSA 49 CFR 396.11, which is the DVIR, the driver vehicle inspection report, and had it next to you like you have it with your hazmat docs, and you go into a DOT inspection showing that you did the inspection that morning. You don't roll in there with freaking ball tires with freaking belts showing and crimped brake lines. You're asking for freaking trouble, you know? I'm going to start implementing that with every single customer that I have, because I want to protect not just my brand, my image and my reputation, but also the customers I'm doing business with. Because the one thing I don't want on my shoulder is knowing I dispatched a fucking carrier that went out on the road and blew a front right passenger tire and took out a family of 4 under my supervision. You know, but do you think a lot of people out there fucking do that? No, they look at the almighty dollar, or the fucking carrier says, you know what? I don't get paid to do that. That's bullshit, man. You got a responsibility, not just for yourself, for your family and your fellow patrons that are out on the road. Do your job. You took the fucking test. And if you can't do that, take away the CDL license. Boy, am I passionate or what?
I was going to say.
I want to see that. I want to see that from the non-CDLs too. The box truck guys, the hot shot guys, they need to be doing the same damn thing. Okay, they're held to the same standard. They may not be held because they don't have a CDL, but they need to be held to that standard.
Absolutely, and there shouldn't be a fine. A fine is a bullshit thing. They should take away their license, because that's what they had to do. They had to pass that number 1 test to get their CDL license. So listen to the law. Do what it said. If you don't, if you're non-compliant, you're gone. You want to see how many carriers are left out there because of that rule? Because you know what? A good friend of mine said, in this economy right now, they're one breakdown away from bankruptcy, because they're not reinvesting into the maintenance of their vehicle. They got ball tires, they'll push it to 500, 700 miles. Or if they have a trailer, they'll drop a trailer and say, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to get nailed for my HOS time. I'll leave it for the next freaking driver to do it, you know? And you see all these ratty ass freaking trailers out there, and you wonder what's going on, you know, every day. Seriously, guys, you know,
port chassis are the same way. Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, we work in logistics. How many of you, when you go down the highway, go past a trailer and a cab, and you look at the MC number, or you look at the tires, and you go, holy shit. Like, right? And it's like, how are these guys on the road? How are these guys on the road? If I'm seeing that, it's just like air marshals. Are you telling me that there's no DOT guys out on the roads that are just up and down Route 80 or 78 or 91 or whatever you want out there, that not taking a visual on these guys? At nighttime, you can see them a mile away because they're freaking sending off sparks all over the place. It's unbelievable. I mean, serious. That you want to stop that shit and start being accountable. That's one way to do it, man. Start getting rid of these guys, or put a hefty freaking fine, or take away their CDL license and their ability to, take care of their family and make $1. All
right, so go ahead. Sorry, Renee. Go ahead.
I was going to say, that's why when you asked me, when he asked about red flags, I said I look at the safety, because if you have massive violations, I don't trust you. I don't want to help your business grow, because you're unsafe on the road that I drive on, that my family drives on, that family drive on.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Yeah, and if you've done it multiple times, you don't care either. Like, you're just like, whatever.
That's it.
Yeah.
You get rid of that mentality.
Yeah.
It gives Pedro a bad name, Hunter, John, yourself, myself, and all our fellow logisticians and brokers and shippers out there, you know, because they don't look past their fingertips. If they just look at their fingertips past it, you'd be surprised how many good things can happen if everybody collaborated and said, I'm tired of this shit. Let's get this shit done. Let's stop this nonsense. But no, they just put blinders on, and it's just like, as long as my shit's moving, I don't give a shit, you know? But you got to give it to me at a cheap rate, right?
I think some of that comes with the wisdom of doing it. for a long time. You've obviously been at this for a while, so you have really strong convictions about what we all should be doing, and that's commendable. But
Oh, what? Jeff has strong convictions? No.
No, you got the
well,
wrong.
I think John, I think you do too.
Jeff-
I think Pedro does too. Hunter's been relatively quiet during this, but I think he does too. I mean, it's you have the wisdom of knowing what you know, and a lot of these younger guys, they just want to make money. You know what I mean?
Because they're putting profits before service. That's the biggest problem in this industry. If they focused on the service and knocked it out of the park, the profits will come.
But
If
that's
they're
not
thinking
what they're
about
taught,
paying a
though.
bill, the first thing is that a lot of these guys get desperate. They start thinking about bills. I need to buy a new car. I need to go to a bar. I need to get cash and all this other kind of stuff. That service doesn't matter to them. They just want to get the money. And they're like, oh shit, they're here today, gone tomorrow. It doesn't really matter how I service this one. As long as I make some money, I'll move on to the next guy and the next guy and the next guy. No, it starts in-house with training. All right. These guys just throw them at a desk.
That's exactly right.
Here's the damn phone. Here's some leads that are about 2 years old. They told us to go screw ourselves. Give them a call, try to get them on board. It's ridiculous. I mean, after 40 years being in this business, I've seen some really badass shit on the road, and what shippers do, carriers, brokers do. I used to receive bullshit phone calls every single day because I was managing over $100 million worth of business. Everybody wanted a piece of their pie. Nobody knew who I was. Nobody knew what my business did. Nothing. They just said, I got guarantees, I got the best rates, and I have the capacity in hand. Bullshit. You don't even know where my business is. How do you have capacity in hand when you don't even know what I do? And I could go on and on and on. It's ridiculous, and it's an ongoing problem that's been out there for decades, and nobody's been doing shit about it.
Right, and you touched on what I meant was that that's what they've been taught to do, because they basically had to teach themselves, because somebody threw them in a desk and said, okay, here's all you do is call and get these people to sign up.
Right, and don't forget, guys, when you work for me, you better sign the non-solicit and non-compete. I'll screw your ass for 3 years, send you out the door, and you won't be able to work for anybody else. And you think you're going to work in logistics after 3 years? No, you're going to be really tired. You're probably going to be flipping burgers. That's
why I've seen a rise in dispatching schools, like for people who. Y'all, no, you're not fans.
Social. Okay, I want to chime in here. Just real quick. I missed some of this, but I've had a new thing I've been saying for a while. Social media ruined our industry. It did. COVID ruined our industry. And nothing against teachers, but I'm sorry, those who can't teach. If your fucking ass is making that much money dispatching, you ain't got time to be teaching a class. Okay. And half these people, to use Jeff's analogy, half these people are flipping fucking burgers at McDonald's last week, or they were sitting holding some sign on the side of a road crew last week. I'm against dispatcher schools. Actually, I say that I have a few people that I recommend. Two. That's it. Only because I know them. They've been in this industry a very long time and they know what they're doing. Broker schools, forget that shit. Do yourself a favor. Go to a community college and take a semester of a freight broker course or logistics course and learn it from someone who's actually been doing it for a while, or find yourself a good mentor, someone like Jeff, or the guy I work for, Kyle. There's lots of brokers out there who have been in this a while. They know what they're doing, and they don't mind sharing their knowledge and their expertise to help make you successful. And I'll tell you, there's just certain things that you shouldn't have to pay for to learn a skill. And I don't think those are it. I don't know.
How do you fix the problem then? Right. So Jeff's point is, so the problem is the places that say we're going to take you on and teach you how to be a broker, and then basically don't teach them shit.
Right.
But then they think they're a broker now. They know everything they need to know to be a broker. How do you fix that problem?
Don't go to work for the 3-letter monsters. That's what you do.
Yeah, that's the ones that'll hire them without any experience.
No, it's not.
Seriously, what I think should be a mandatory requirement if you want to be a broker and understand the shipper, you should work at a shipper facility for at least 3 to 6 months to know the insides and out and understand how they operate and the shit that goes wrong. That's what's going to really open up your mind, and you would have a better perspective, because brokers, most of them, has never stepped into a warehouse, never stepped into a DC, don't even understand the mechanisms of logistics and how they turn and burn every single day. How are you going to represent that shipper adequately and responsibly if you don't understand how they operate? It's pathetic. It really is.
I say the exact same thing about dispatchers. Okay. If you want to be a dispatcher in this industry, damn it, get your ass behind the wheel for at least 6 months, preferably a couple of years. Know what you're doing. You're a service provider to that driver. And the last thing that driver wants to do is be sitting in the parking lot of the Flying J, waiting for you to call him and tell him he's got a freaking load. And unless you take that and internalize that as a dispatcher, and agonize over that, now you know what the driver's thinking, and you can actually provide a quality service for them.
Same thing.
I can't stand these freaking guys on Facebook who sit there and say, "Oh, we can get you $7,000 to $10,000 a week, get it in high paying loads." Bull fucking shit.
Yeah, and something, John, seriously, to your point, and it's a very good point, I think brokers should go for a ride with a driver to understand what they go through. And I'll tell you right now, it would straighten their asses out. They'd be like, holy shit, this guy does that, there's this or whatever. Then they'll understand why they should make a little bit more than what they're making and not treat them like shit. I mean,
but you hit it right too. You're hitting it right too when you're talking about going to the DCs, when you go into warehouses. One of the reasons why I've been so successful in my 25 years is I've run distribution centers. I've run port facilities. Yeah. I have run the chassis pool for the South Atlantic. I have, I've been just about everywhere. I have my own trucking company. I've driven. I know what this industry is like. I know what all different sides of the supply chain are like. And that's what makes me so valuable in trying to represent different players and trying to do different things.
Right. The value add that you bring wasn't bought, it was earned. That's the biggest difference from blood, sweat, and tears and being in the trenches and knowing how that damn thing freaking turns and burns and the problems and issues that blindside you on it every single day. These guys don't get it. Do I expect them to get it? No, it comes with experience. It comes with time. It comes with wanting to gain knowledge every single day. And that's why there's so much fraud and theft and all this other kind of stuff, because they're outsmarting the guys that don't understand it. If they knew what they were doing, they would be able to be on top of that and stop it in its tracks. It's a big ass void.
Fellas, can I make a plug? You probably already know what I'm about to sit there and say. I've recently finished developing a webinar about fraud in the industry and the crap that this industry's gone through over the last 2 years. Okay, it's up to 3 to 4 hours long. We're doing our first presentation of it next week. The whole goal is to bring the entire industry together. It's for carriers, it's for dispatchers, it's for brokers, so that we can get on the same page about how to deal with this. And I'm really hoping that this webinar takes off. Go to my social media. You can get the link for my upcoming course. I am offering a discount for the first iteration, but boy, do I really want some hard feedback after. And I think Dale is going to be in that in one of those first courses too, because I really want that feedback.
Yeah, that's awesome, John. And I want to get your feedback on it because we're on a very important topic here. And I hear this all the time. I suggested this some time ago. I said, why don't we, and I was going to do it on my own podcast, getting a bunch of you guys who are in stopping fraud, get Dale in there, get Cassandra Gaines in there, get yourself in there, get guys that are all for stopping fraud. Let's have a community of getting each other's knowledge, because sometimes one might be stronger than the other in there. Try to figure out the best practices and go at this collaboratively, not trying to protect what we've created or what you've created and not willing to share that shit. That's the problem here. You want to get on top of it, steal from Peter to pay Paul. You're all going for the same damn thing. It's about personalities, character. If you want to buy from John, buy from John. If you like Cassandra, go buy from Cassandra. But if you still have the same platform that you want to get rid of all this shit that's out there, let's get on a podcast. Let's discuss this. Let's get everybody involved. We can do that. We can do it collaboratively if everybody is willing to work together. That's the biggest problem. What do you feel about that?
Hey, you know what? I am all on board with that. Once I get this initial feedback on my current podcast, I think it would be a great idea if we got all the big hitters in this industry who are big on fraud. One, I want your feedback on the podcast. Two, put us all on a stage while we give that presentation. I mean, it's going to be an all-day thing, but put us all on a stage and let us use our combined experiences to flesh out these issues and to pull together our own individual followings to really get some information out there. Education is going to be the key.
Right.
And there is nothing else that's going to help you.
Right.
There is no silver bullet.
Right. So here's the thing, and the reason why I state that. You worked at a port. These other guys didn't work at a port. You have knowledge that they don't have. Another person works in the food industry, the reefer industry, knows that like the back of the hand. You don't. Let's share that. And then they start sharing the knowledge that you may have that's applicable to what they're working in. Really, you're doing that and you've solved that? Boom. Now it starts gaining traction. Now you start sinking your teeth more into the piece of meat to get moving forward. Really, you're doing that and you solved that? Boom. And it will happen. That's the problem, get it from all different modes that are in the industry, from heavy haul to hot shots, to truckload, to tankers, to port, to dray, everything. I mean, we could do this. I just don't understand why other people don't want to get all on the stage, like you said. Freak out! I'd host it and just let you guys talk and just fill a fucking thing. And
why part of it is, Jeff, and actually I'll pull up your comment too, Axel, because this will kind of answer that. Is that a lot of these freight fraud people are just like everyone else in this industry. They think they have the fucking secret sauce and they're going to solve every problem, and they don't want to let anyone else in on what they got going on, because they don't want to give John a leg up, or they don't want to give Dale a leg up, or Claudia, or the Bannon report. None of these people, they don't want to give them something that they feel is going to allow them to do more or make more of a change or make more money than they do. And Axel, I agree to, man, there's a lot of people backed by big players. We tend not to be behind people like that. All the folks that we are aligned with in the freight fraud thing are all grassroots people. Folks like John here, Dale Prax, people like Shifra and Trusted and E-Carrier Check. Like, we are with the grassroots people, because those are the folks that are going to get shit done. Dale has been on the show several times. Mr.
Great
Pratt.
guy.
And we love Dale. I'm telling you,
definitely a good friend.
He is. I respect that man a lot. He has been a big proponent of ours, and he is doing a lot for Hunter and I right now in the background. He really is, Jeff. You know about that stuff. Yep. And anyway, but those are like Dale. He literally talks to the FMCSA once a week. A week, like they direct a person that is assigned to him, like he's in the fucking witness protection program. And he talks to them once a week, and he tells them these are the issues. Now, are they doing anything about it? No, for the most part, no. But Dale is on their ass. A lot of these other folks that we use for like carrier packets and setups, a lot of those folks, they really don't give a shit about verification, because it's about a money thing. They're just adding a service. They're adding a service that they see, oh, well, Freight Validate is getting paid for this. E-Carrier Check is getting paid for this. They're making money. let's find a way to put this into what we already do so we can add more value and we can charge more for what we do. They're monetarily motivated. And those are not the people that the logistics lounge aligns themselves with in any sense. So
well, here's the thing, to your point, Rob, too. Okay. But I got 44 years into this business. I'm sorry, but you know what? What I've learned, I can share, but they're not going to understand it to the fullest extent, right? It depends on the level of experience that you have. So what they think that they have and they shared, maybe it's already been invented, but they took it to another level. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm not afraid to share my knowledge because it's like, I want to help the next generation. It's an option. It's a solution. It may be a solution, and how you adapt to it and whether or not you want to use it, that's up to you. But I know that it works, right? And the same thing with this. If you have the passion and you really want to move the peanut forward, talk to your fellow compadres, right? I mean, seriously, and saying, you know what? We've got this problem. What are you doing with that to solve it? Well, this is what I did. You know, now whether or not you want to use it, you can, or you can just push it to the side and drive your own business the way that you want to. Most do, but it's that chatter that needs to start. You know, to your point, it really needs to start. And Dale's fine with it. Dale will talk to whomever he wants to because he's passionate about what he does. He wants to see it resolved. He wants to see it go away, you know, so that everybody has a level playing field and you don't have to worry about this shit.
Hell yeah.
You know, that's the biggest difference.
Before we get to the second main event, Claudia, hold on, Claudia.
Hey, Claudia.
The second main event.
He wants to come in here and battle.
Renee was the first main event. Now we have the second main event. His name today is Flip Flop Express. But what's up there, Teddy Tugboat? Boats and toes. Boats and toes.
Boats and toes, boys and girls. Yeah. I mean, you know, and again, I think people need to understand it's pride, envy, and greed, right? You know, bring it back to its simplest form. The reason why we can't even decide on what truck stops to park at, or you know, which side of the truck we should put our APUs on, is because of pride, envy, and greed, right? You know, you're too prideful to listen to someone else who's got experience. You're too greedy and you want to make more money, or you're envious of them and you can't listen. And unfortunately, that's, you know, that it's the downfall of this industry, and it's horrible because there are a lot of great voices and a lot of great people who have knowledge in this industry, but you know, it seems to be overshadowed sometimes by the foolishness that you know, of pride, envy, and greed.
Hell yeah. And hey, hold on, Corey. Before we move on to this, our good friend here, Flip Flop Express, has a solution to another problem that is running rampant in this industry that me personally, myself, I'm completely fucking against. If you're worried about those inspections on your DOT and your verification things, boy, let me tell you, Mr. Flip Flop Express has a solution for you.
Yeah, and you know, and we're in the process of trying to roll out Truck Insight Hub, and basically what we want to do is help with, you know, with getting you into our database with an inspection, so that carriers or that brokers or shippers can see your truck, your information, your cab card, your you know, all of your qualifications. And they know that they're dealing with somebody who's a real human being, who's got a real truck, who's maintaining his truck. You know, and our long-term goal is to try to get on board with the FMCSA as so that we can provide them additional data that they don't have, you know, so that they can, instead of, you know, one of the things that we've discovered is that through the FMCSA is most of the state DOTs are given, obviously they're given grant money to survive. So
Sure.
When you think about an officer doing an inspection, he's got to hit criteria. So he's got to do so many level 1s, so many level 2s, so many level 3s a day, a week, a month. Their numbers can't be too high or too low. You can't fail too many. You can't pass too many, because then you don't qualify for a grant. So by bringing in outside inspections, using, and again, our model is that we're using retired DOT officers who know what they're doing, who've inspected trucks for years, and be out there so that you can actually have real data to make real decisions at the FMCSA, right? If they're looking at the data we're collecting and saying, well, we during Blitz Week we put out 88,000 trucks out of service. Well, that's great, but let's inspect them without the threat of a fine. You're more likely to get voluntary compliance. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to find a solution here to get more inspections on the books, more inspections for these carriers who need to integrate with brokerages that are requiring it, or integrating in some way with a shipper, so that everybody has peace of mind that what you're doing is something important, and the collaboration.
Pedro, you're muted.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you are.
You are.
Yeah, you're muted. You got the
You're
big mic with
muted.
a slash through it on your
You
thing.
got a slash.
Flash through, it's muted.
We can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
I stopped talking.
Pay your freaking bills, Pedro.
Come on, Jeff. Why don't you tell me how you really feel?
Comprende.
He may be sitting there saying you need to turn up your hearing aid, Jeff.
What?
Jeff's got one of them sound horns.
It's like muted.
I love this show, man. It's such a pisser.
Mm-hmm. Well, hey, Renee, hopefully we can get Rob back on, but I know you're trying to cut out. Do you have any exiting comments, plugs?
No, Claudia, hi. We haven't met. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to duck out. I didn't plan on being on this long, but I'm really, really glad that I came on. I feel like that you guys have a really good thing going on here. I've been listening to the cast and I like it. And I will definitely continue to tune in and hopefully can visit again sometime soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we appreciate you being on here. Anytime.
Yeah.
As everybody here has been told before, you've been on the show, so you're now an honorary lounge lizard. So anytime you want to come on the show, you just shoot us a message. If you have anything that you want to talk about, you're welcome on anytime. So thank you.
Sure, I'm enjoying just the conversation.
Yeah.
This is the whole side of it that I don't particularly get to hear about very often, so it's nice.
Yeah. Well, Fridays we call it. It's normally Freestyle Fridays, but yeah, usually after the first hour, this is what happens. So if you ever see us on here, just hit us up. We'll shoot you a link.
Will do. Thank you guys so much for having me, and it was very nice to meet all of you. And John, I sent you a LinkedIn.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Hey, have a great weekend, Renee.
You
have
too,
a great
Jeff.
weekend, Renee. Great meeting you.
Bye, Hunter. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Boy, I'll tell you what. I wonder how I would have felt if I had a couple beers in me.
Well, I got 9 glugs of
you
Fireball
drink-
in me, so I'm doing pretty good.
Jeff drinks Mick Ultra, so that's not even beer. That's hard pressed to even call that beer. Uh-oh.
Hey,
So
so-
I like to do this too, but I'm
Hey,
going
I
to
wanna
have to cut
hear-
out as well in a few.
I want to hear more about the flip flop thing. Yo, what's up with the DOT side thing? Help me out.
So I have been the biggest proponent of hotshot trailers ever. Like I if you go back and look through my timeline, I can't stand them. I don't like tape on the windows and all that stuff. So
What did you fall out of the truck? Oh.
So yeah, I've decided that if you can't beat them, join them. So now I've bought a trailer, and I'm running circles around the competition up here in the Northeast and stealing more market share from everybody because I outwork and outgrind them. So
Yeah, here I'll actually show the video that he took. It is something that people need to be aware about. Let's see here.
Oh jeez.
All right, boys and girls, you want to know why I've been missing all day? I figured if you can't beat them, let's join them. So I'm going to start the Flip Flop Express.
Flip Flop Express LLC, ladies and gentlemen. If you need to take notes, it's USDOT 420069. What's it? What's Corey? What's that MC number? OU 812.
812.
OU 812. Hey, wait a second. If you're driving with flip flops, man, that is not good.
I actually need to find that picture. The flops with socks.
Oh yeah. So and I just I can't stand the degradation of this industry, and I'm setting out kind of to prove that you can do things like hot shot and still be a professional, still wear boots every day, and still provide a level of service that your customers deserve.
I mean, check this out though. The New Balance socks with the thongs. I mean, it's immaculate.
Oh, are those the new steel toe socks? I've heard of that.
Yes.
Yeah, he's wearing the shark socks, so nothing can penetrate him.
Nice.
Yeah. They have great ankle protection. So if you roll an ankle, you're pretty good.
I did notice that. You went mid highs, and that's a pro move. Okay.
Very classy.
Yeah, we don't play games around here. Corey is an expert in all.
We don't fuck around.
That's right. Yeah, we're getting it. And then somebody made a comment the other day about wearing because the whole truck parking thing where I did the bend over with the wearing the yoga pants, and somebody said, "Oh, now you're wearing yoga pants," and I said, "Yeah, because my tracksuit hasn't come in yet."
They got the gold chain, going on, and just say, "Oh, forget about it."
Forget about it.
Hey, Corey, I did miss that. I did miss that great debate hosted by Mr. Kevin Rutherford. How did that go yesterday?
Hey guys, I gotta go. So
Later,
everybody
Jeff.
have a great
Bye, Jeff.
weekend.
Good to
I'll
see
see
you.
you next week.
See you, Jeff.
Jeff, take care, buddy.
Buddy.
So I mean, it was pretty interesting. I think that it was nice to have Evan come on and kind of present what truck parking club is, right? And it's important that when people are putting out misinformation, you give people an opportunity to kind of fight back and let it. And he didn't really fight back. He just he kind of put out what his company is, what they do, what their goal is, and how they're trying to help drivers, whether it's through paid or reserve parking. And it was a pretty interesting moment. Of course, the naysayers didn't bother to show up, so that's the tragic part of it. And my battle on X with this is put your money where your mouth is, and if you really want to help drivers, then help drivers. And you guys know we do it every day, whether it's helping them at the garage or helping them with resources or referrals, and so I put the thing out on Twitter that I'll put my money where my mouth is. And yesterday I told Evan I'll put $200 into a fund where if there's legitimately account. So they're a very driver centric company, and it's a shame that people want to shit on him because what he's doing is trying to help drivers, not hurt them.
Did that lady show up?
No, of course not.
Did the lady? No, she didn't.
Fucking didn't.
What the fuck?
Dude,
No.
hey,
That's so whack.
I was talking to my wife about this today, and I want to say one thing. Like, first, when I told my wife about this, she was like, "Seriously, that guy is so nice. Like, he's been on your show so many times. He is such a nice guy, and what he does is great." And I'm like, "Yeah, if they say haters are going to hate. If that lady was in the boat that he was and had the ability to do what he was, she'd fucking do it in a heartbeat. She's mad, And I'm sorry. Yes, it does suck that drivers have to pay for parking, but that's the way it is. That's just where we're at now. The government, again, is not solving this problem, even though they've dumped hundreds of millions of dollars into truck parking, right? Truck parking. We've built 3 fucking rest areas, okay? That's what we've done. Rest areas. No amenities, not secured, not near any restaurants. none of this stuff. Okay. At least Evan took the initiative to go out there and do this. And you know what? Like, if you're mad at him for making money, you're an idiot. That's what the world's about, making money. And he's not ripping people off.
Yeah, it's not like he's charging $100 a night, but you got to think about people like Marco, dude. He's got that beautiful Peterbilt, and he's parked in public parking, and a fucking dumbass new driver comes and rakes off his fucking rakes off his chrome bumper, dude. Like
twice, he's been hit twice.
Yeah,
in free parking.
And probably they have shit insurance, and it's probably hard to get that shit fixed too. Like I deal with
he's got a
all the
custom
time.
truck.
Yeah, he's got a custom truck, and he's a working driver. Like, that man busts ass. Like, he is. I don't know, that man. He's one of the hardest working drivers that I've seen out there. But it's
and one of the and the Marco thing is a great example of a a use for it. But here, something else I put out too is they also have towing and repair facilities that they have parking at. So if you were a smart driver who was thinking about this logically, and you went and parked at one of their repair facilities, who, by the way, offer Truck Parking Club members discounts, you could have your service done on your 10 and not leave the road. Right. So instead of missing a load or being, having to drive your truck somewhere and get it serviced, you could literally pay $25 to park in a place that will service it while you're taking your 10.
And
yeah,
so,
but if people act like paid parking isn't already a thing, and I've seen some shit fucking lots. They're charging $30-$40, you know.
And you want to know what else is great about Evan that no one out that I haven't heard anyone say. Maybe I missed some of it, but Evan also gives those same drivers an opportunity to make money.
Yeah.
Because if they see somewhere where they live or they come across somewhere and they find someone and they hook them up with Evan will pay them for that service.
They got a hell of an affiliate program, if anybody's wondering.
Almost endless swag. I mean, like, you call Evan and you want something, he'll give it to you. If you see Evan or Hunter or Jay or any of his people out in the wild, Hunter will buy you lunch or dinner. Evan will buy you lunch or dinner. They will take you out. They will spend time with you, and they listen to people. And I mean, I don't know, that stuff really made me mad. It really did. It's like, of all freaking people you want to attack in this industry, you attack one of the most genuine people in this industry that is really trying to help do something. And it just so happens he makes money off of it. Well, he has to pay people. He has bills too, And so, yeah, that whole thing just, wow, that thing upsetted me to know.
It's comical. And it's like that lady was bringing up something about a driver disappearing like 10 years ago, which that's a tragic event. But, I don't know the full story behind it, but hey.
I love how she then posted that shit about her documentary. And I hope people contact whatever network that documentary on is like, we just want you to know that this lady used the death of another human being to cause shit, and then at the very end of it, plug the documentary that you're doing with her.
And that's what caused me to put the money out, right? Honestly, it's like, I know $200 isn't a lot, but you know what? That's a tire or a trailer tire or whatever, right? Like, I'm like everybody else. I'm out here grinding it out, but I'll put my money where my mouth is, because you know what? It makes sense to help drivers. So I don't know. Yeah. That's what got me the most, was that's what sent me over the edge, was the bootlicking stuff. Was when she was like, anybody that takes the free swag basically is bootlicking. And
bending
it's
over,
just like no. Yeah.
Yeah, God forbid someone tries to add some benefit to this industry. Like, but I think that woman was really just out there trying to get some attention. That's insane.
Yeah.
Like,
I have nothing bad to say about Evan. I don't think anyone could say anything bad about Evan or Truck Parking Club and it'd be valid. Like, I mean, like, seriously, the guy, his whole team, his company idea, the things that they're doing, it's great. And not only are they finding parking, but you guys have to admit, they put out some awesome fucking content. Like they put out some very engaging stuff that is geared towards drivers. I mean, his crew stops at places, especially Hunter, and they do things. They interact with folks. They have fun with people, and so they're also at the same time giving you a place to see someone that's out there that understands what's going on the road. Add some comedy to it. They reach out to people and stuff. So yeah, I don't know that whole thing. I didn't chime in on it, but really, I don't know. It upset, man.
But they're also out there talking to like city councils and shit. Like Evan was here in Nashville talking to the city council. He was down in Miami. Like they're at every single truck show talking to drivers. Like you think they wouldn't have been sniffed out by now if there was some fucking stink in the creek? Like dude, like there's just some batshit crazy woman out here trying to get a little stir up and pump up her fucking.
And I don't want to shit on her like that. She is, she does a lot of great advocacy in places that are great. I mean, she's very supportive of female drivers and making sure they're safe on the road. And she does some great advocacy work. I'm not shitting on that. But what I'm shitting on is that, like, don't come out and attack. If you're an advocate, don't attack somebody else who's also who's also an advocate. Just in a
if you have any issues with type that shit, like, and especially if you're an advocate at that status, like, that's something that you can conversate behind closed doors. Like, get some understanding before you start throwing some shit in the wind.
Evan's approachable. Crazy. Like she could have, or anyone could just reach out to him and voice a concern or make a suggestion. And that guy is so reachable. I mean, I don't know anyone that doesn't know Evan or if met him once or twice and doesn't have his cell phone number. You know what I mean? Like that guy is so approachable. His team, they're so approachable. And, you could have just went about it another way. I'm not shitting on her as a person. I don't know nothing about her. I'm just saying of all the molehills you wanted to try to make into a mountain, this is the one that you chose. This is the mountain you chose to stand to die on. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeah. And that goes back to the whole, like, I felt personally attacked because I support what they're doing and I promote them and I think they're doing great things and I've had conversations with Evan and we've talked about how to engage more tow yards and how to avoid the predatory area, guys and that sort of thing and how to not get hooked up and he really wants to understand and learn and I just took it personally when it was like, because I do that I can't possibly be for drivers and want to support my fellow driver, which is the first thing from how it is, right? Like and I took it personally and I probably stirred that hornet's nest a little too much, but I don't know, like sometimes I just cut my nose off to spite my face.
Not you.
Yeah, not you, Corey. No, say it ain't so. Say it ain't so.
Also, I'd just like to know how many guests you have that aren't hot-headed that don't blow their top once in a while. I mean, to be perfectly fair, like
it's the lounge.
It's a vibe.
We love opinions as long as they align with ours. No, I'm just joking. No, I don't know. There's, that's the thing we talk about.
It's like me saying I like all drivers as long as they drive for Prime.
Oh my fucking god! Oh, Corey, Jesus Christ, man. Man, Hunter and I talk about you and your keen trolliness, bro. Like, there's a little fucking creepy all out.
Yeah, Corey, I don't know if that's something you want to share on here, but I do want to get to the bottom of the Max situation and the Prime thing.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, Corey knows all. He's in the mix.
So he is an independent, and I will say this in a way that I hope doesn't offend him, because I want.
Oh, I think he's got us blocked. That's channel 19, right?
Oh yeah, I want it to be truthful.
Yeah, he's got us all blocked.
He is an independent operator who has his own authority and has an agreement to be a power only with Prime. So, he spent a lot of time kind of before it came out that he was power only with Prime. He spent a lot of time shitting on guys who are leased operators and getting into it with Anil and those guys. And then it came out that he's been doing nothing but Prime loads. And so that's where it kind of hit the fan.
If I'm not mistaken, Anil is contracted by Prime, correct? Like,
No.
Okay. All right.
No.
So this joke has been long running then.
Oh
I
yeah,
have heard
this
Anil
has
say
been,
something about him working for Prime.
yeah, no, this has been going on a while. It's and
Wow.
it's and like you said, it's that whole, like, pride, envy, and that sort of thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
the guy is a phone book of knowledge when it comes to the CFR, whatever. Who gives a fuck what it is?
Yeah.
But like, he knows it forward and backwards.
They all
But
do.
it's his interpretation sometimes, and how, you can't just let other people do what they do and support them. You've got to say,
Yeah.
if it's not my way, it's the wrong way. And I don't care how you make a buck. Like, I mean to hot shots, but here I am now pulling a hot shot. I'm pulling 9 more cars a day than I was 2 weeks ago. So you know what? Guess what? I'm a hot shot guy. Screw it.
Let's go.
But you learn. You figure out ways to do it. And my way is not the right way. Anil's isn't the right way. JB, these guys, TJ, whoever. We all have our own way, but I can learn something from everybody out there and make my way better. That's all.
Isn't that crazy that y'all can all do something your own way and it works for you, but you can still conversate with each other and say, "Hey, I don't agree with that, but that's fine," and you can kind of learn from that. It's nuts.
I'll take this chance to say that part of this is part of why shit will never change, because carriers, just like what's his name said earlier, they can't agree on what fucking tire brand to use. You know what I mean? Like brokers can't agree on what TMS to use. Like nobody can agree on anything. And that's why change doesn't happen, is why there's so much animosity, is because everyone thinks that they know fucking better than everyone else, and their way's the only way and the best way, and they've got the secret sauce. And
yeah, but who the fuck cares if it works for you? It works for you. Like,
I feel you, bro. I say the same thing. Hey, is the saying goes,
stay in your fucking lane. That's all I'm saying, man. The road's ahead of you.
Do you, boo? I don't worry about people. I don't give a shit who's doing what, how you're doing it. I don't care, and just like when people, like brokers, I'll use this. A lot of brokers don't like to talk to other new brokers and give them stuff. Like, I don't give a shit. I'll tell you everything I do. You know why? Because what works for me may not work for you. What works for you may not work for me. Like, we're different people. I could tell you how I get every one of my customers. And again, it may not work for you. It may not do that. And same as a carrier, how you get your loads, how you bid, how you rate, who you do this with. It works for you, but it may not work for someone else. Not everyone has the same truck and the same business structure and the same financial goals and other things, and instead of listening, everyone just wants to debate, argue, and down talk other people versus doing what we all say we do, right? On social media. I'm a driver and I'm for drivers. As long as you do things the way that I think they should be done. I'm a broker and I'm for brokers. As long as you do shit the way that I think that you should do it. That's what it is, man. It's that's why I stay in my lane, man. I don't stay in my lane, do my thing.
Well, Claudia, you look like you're about to explode down there.
Talk to us, Claudia.
Yeah, I'm just, look, this is a rare occasion. I'm just sitting listening. I've got all the opinions, but
we love your opinions, Claudia.
Claudia, you look like you're sleepy.
No, I'm not. I've been balls to the wall the last couple of days, so I'm kind of worn out. But so like my thought, like when it comes to fraud and all of these things, like we were talking about the different platforms and whatever. And here's the thing: like all the platforms in the world, all the knowledge doesn't matter if you don't have people who are actually fucking executing it, right? Like it doesn't matter how good your fucking process is if you've got like people who aren't making the process, like aren't doing the process. And you can have all the technology in the world, but if you ain't got that shit turned on, it doesn't matter. If you've got, so, and yeah, we should be able to work better together about stuff, but we just don't do that. Heaven forbid, like we actually like come together and say, hey, here's some shit. Like, that's what I want to do. Like, I'm happy to, if a carrier wants to talk to me about, hey, I'm having trouble booking loads because I don't have an inspection. Are you in my area? Because I got somebody, like, I'm going to help you with that. I can help you out. And that's what you want to do to people. If I've got a carrier who's trying to onboard on the brokerage side and I'm the one standing in the way, if I can verify that you are who you say you are, then I will work with you to get shit done. I will show you how to do it. I will put you in touch with, oh, this is messed up on your profile. Here, let me get you with this person to fix it. This is showing up over here. Don't forget, you need to make sure to get that truck off of whatever. Like, I'm happy to work with you on it, but don't come at me sideways and expect me to just accept that I should be tendering freight to you because somebody else did. Because that's not the way it works. Like, if I don't know who you are, and that's a whole, I know there's some back and forth about roadside inspections and look, the reason people say roadside because they want an inspection is because they want to know there's been a truck on the road with that MC on the door. Like, that's not because I give a shit. Like, yes, I mean, if you're failing every inspection, obviously that's a flag, right? But hey, everybody gets that stupid fucking fire extinguisher thing. Stop it. Like, you kick the damn little switchy thing and now it's a loose fire extinguisher and you got to hit on a fire. Like, I'm not worried about that stuff. I want to know there's an actual truck there. That's what I want to know. And I'm happy to work that stuff out. We all should have the ability to come together. Y'all know, I'm always trying to connect people. That's what I do, because like that's how we get better. We collaborate. I've learned so much from my little fraud fighting crew. And I feel like hopefully I've been able to teach them a few things, get them connected with some people. That's what this whole shebang is about. To me, it's about, and it's not just the industry, it's us as humans. And guess what? The same shit that's going down in our industry that's causing problems is the same shit that's causing problems in society, because everybody's too damn greedy and too busy and won't take the time to like do something right. Like, I mean, it's the same problems. The problem's been happening the whole forever. It's greed, pride, power. Like you want money so you can have more power. You want all of that, like, and you just want more of it. Like, that's what it's about. And the same stuff been causing problems for people forever and ever and ever. Like, now we just have all these different, technology makes it sometimes easier to be a bad guy and to be shady. So now we got to come up with better ways to do that. And sometimes we just need to get the hell over ourselves and say, hey, Pedro, I don't fucking know what I'm doing. Can you help me out with this? And he'll be like, yeah, let me help you out. And, I love to work with people. I love to collaborate. Y'all know that, that's my jam. And I love all of that. And the things that the other folks were saying earlier about, people being fraudulent, trying to teach shit and over promise stuff. I see it on Instagram all the time. I'm an influencer and I'm going to teach you how to make $10,000 a month on for your. Hey, look, I'm not saying that stuff doesn't happen, because it certainly does. But let's not act like just because I follow your profile that I'm going to start doing that. And it's the same with how these people are talking. Hey, if I did everything the way Pedro did, I probably wouldn't make the money that Pedro makes, because that's not like we have a kindred spirits, but not like, the same thing doesn't work. Like, my sales process is different. I'm not in sales anymore, but everybody's different. And I see things in my own company that I'm like, if I was the one, that's not the way that would be done. Right. But I'm not the one. I'm over here in my lane just trying to, well, I don't ever stay in my lane, to be perfectly fair, but
Don't you
I don't stay in my lane.
Well, we love that.
That's not true. But
and I love what you said. And I don't know who it was that said this to me. It very might have well have been my father. But the best advice that I could give to anyone in this industry or period in life, whether you want to be a freight broker or I'll use myself as an example, whether you want to be a master fencer, instead of following some influencer, you find someone who has a good following on social media, or find someone that you can connect with, that are doing the things and is successful, is proven out there on the ground, doing it every single day, and you attach yourself to that person or their circle and you learn from them. That's what you do. You find yourself some type of mentor or a teacher that is willing to take some time and help you. And I'll tell you this, and this may catch some shit, but I don't believe in paying for knowledge. I don't. I will never buy a program. I will never buy your schooling. I will never pay for someone to teach me something, because I know that there's someone out there who loves what they do and is passionate enough about it that they're willing to teach me and others and help us for free. And you know, I mean, that's my thing. I'm not saying that relates to everything, obviously some schoolings and stuff, but you know, I mean, for the most part, if I want to know something, I'm not going to pay someone to figure it out. I'm going to find someone that knows it, like you, Claudia, or like you, or like Corey. If I want to get to the tow truck game, I'm not going to fucking go on Instagram or YouTube and find some jackass who says I tow 800 cars a week, blah, 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 blah. I see no evidence of that. None. But I see Corey on X doing the things, and I see him on Facebook Live, and he's showing what he does real time, like right now. I'm going to say, you know what? I want to hook up with Corey because I can tell this guy's real, and I can see that he's out there doing this shit every single day. And maybe he won't help me, but maybe he will, or maybe he'll help me find someone that will do that. And honestly, Claudia, that's where people like you come into play. Claudia, the connector. I mean, you put yourself out there, Claudia. You talk to so many people, and you have a vast network, and you like to help others learn, even if it's not something that is in your purview. You know, it's like, hey, if you want to learn brokering, go talk to this person. If you want to learn freight fraud fighting, come talk to me, or go talk to this other person. If you want to learn tow truck stuff, go talk to Corey. Like, that's the thing is, you know, people like you who are out there saying, you want to do something, I may be able to help you do that. And if I can't, I will help you find someone that can, because the best knowledge and education you get is never going to be something you have to pay for. And people may argue about that, but I'm sorry. Every skill that I have in my life that I have mastered, I have learned by watching and listening to someone else. I can see does it, and they're willing to stick that. Right now, I'm teaching my neighbor how to build fences. He is going out and finding fence jobs just so he can do them with me, so I can teach him how to do fencing so he knows how to do it. He's in the Army. It's not like he doesn't have a job. He's like, dude, I just think this is cool. I would like to learn this. How can I learn this? Well, hey, man, I just need jobs to teach you. And he does that shit. You know, he's like, he wants to learn from my 20 years of experience, and I don't charge him. I was like, find the work. And you know what? I'm teaching him, and we split everything down the middle, 50-50. He's only done 2 jobs with me, and we split it 100% down the middle.
Well, I think so. That's how I mean, you guys know that I didn't have any background in the industry when I got hired, you know, and I've learned my position did not exist in my company when I got here. There was no book. There was no anything. Do you guys hear me? Like, it was, hey, there's a COI and this is how you get one. And this is your insurance agent. And like, whoo, like, that's how I'm getting there. I'm learning. But so I understand what you're saying. And that's certainly how I learned my part of this industry. I do think there is a position, there is place for like paid education and even like consulting, you know, but you know, there's also a lot of room for people who just want to learn. Like I will soak up information. Give me the opportunity to learn, and I'm gonna do it. Happy to do it. And there are many people like that just want the opportunity to be able to learn, you know. And I think that if you're willing to get at, one of the things that I think that people are afraid of doing is putting themselves out there. I think people are afraid to ask. And I'm going to tell you, like, somebody said something to me one time about like how many friends I had, or, you know, how many people would show up if I called them. And I'm like, yeah, but like, do you realize how many people I called that like didn't show? Like, look, like, yeah, like I had a lot of people show up to an event, or I had a lot of people, whatever. But I mean, the connections that I have, I've got lots more connections that I tried to have. Like, I mean, I make myself like an asshole sometimes when I'm like, I kind of geek out because I see like the, senior safety person in something. Hey, baby. You want to say hi? No, he said no.
Oh no! Oh man! I was say we've heard about him. We've never seen him. Oh, what a cop out!
Yeah, you're missing an epic beard too. His beard looks so good today. Too bad, so sad.
Tell him don't be no punk.
Look!
Oh,
Hey, what's up,
My
brother?
sugar bear, right there. That's him. Dang, these are the guys from the lounge I hang with, and a couple extra fellers for today.
She only says bad things about you, just so you know.
That's some bullshit. You know it.
I know that's not true.
So that's my boo.
Nice to finally meet you, man. We've heard a lot of good things about you. All good things. Nice to finally see your face, brother.
I appreciate that. I am very lucky to have such an amazing woman, and she's like.
He's been drinking, y'all. I mean, it's true, but he has.
Yeah.
And might I say, I love the fucking beard, bro. Love it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
No homo, sick ass beard.
Now I can see why she chases Miles around on X.
Makes sense, Claudia.
She doesn't
Who's
know
Miles.
She don't know Miles. She's not on X. Claudia's not
No,
on X.
I know, but
I'm on it, but I'm not like on it.
Corey.
We're just out here trying to stir the damn pot.
Yeah, Miles is an Aussie trucker, and he's got a beard just like your man, like big old.
No, he
Yeah.
cut it.
Yeah. Oh, did he?
Cut it.
What?
The last time I saw him, he cut it.
Well, I ain't gonna
No
talk
way.
to him then. Forget it.
Oh yeah, Rob, you remember? No, because we had Dan on Santa Claus, and they were like twins. And then fucking Miles comes on, and the beard's gone.
It's
But
wild.
he's still got the mullet though. He's funny as hell.
Dude,
Claudia,
hey,
you love Miles.
I need to meet him.
You got to admit, we have got to get Claudia in a space, bro.
Yeah, Claudia, if you get on X, you need a place to fucking blow a gasket in the middle of the day. Get on X.
Claudia would fucking. Oh my god.
Yeah, you'd kill it. You'd kill
Yeah,
it.
you would, Claudia. You'd kill it in a space. Hell yeah, you would. Hell yeah, you would.
I'll
would
send
go.
you my Twitter tweety thing.
Yeah.
and
my
I'll send
my
it to you.
Tweety thing's underneath the Flip Flop Express. That's my Tweety thing. So you can feel free.
That's where his
I'll-
tweety thing is. I gotta
will
go find mine.
I will teach you how to troll like the best of them.
Very well.
Mhm.
I will.
Yeah,
I will-
Corey's the only one I've seen that Corey's mastered the craft. He's never gotten
Yeah.
banned.
Yes.
Like I don't know. I don't know how you do it because Spud and all the best of them, man, they're getting taken down.
So, Claudia, what do you do exactly?
I have no idea. Most every day, to be perfectly fair.
She got connections. That's all she does, man. And she
yeah.
fucking shits on bullshit carriers. That's another thing.
DOT roadside.
That's
Yeah,
him.
it's
Dad
got a
up to
picture of a
follow.
Mack truck.
Done. Yeah, so I work for a transportation company. Family owns both a brokerage and an asset side. We run about 50 trucks on the asset side. Our brokerage has grown quite a bit in the last couple of years, and we, I don't know, we've probably 15 brokers. I'm like shooting a number off the top of my hip. I don't really know exactly. So I work insurance and claims for both sides of the companies, for both companies.
Nice.
And I also, which has led me into risk management on the brokerage side, kind of more so than on the carrier side, but also mostly on brokerage. But anyway,
Nice.
So I'm all about trying to find out who the fuck somebody really is and all that kind of jazz.
Nice.
Josh,
Never get on Claudia's bad side, Josh. That's all I
Never,
can tell you because
ever.
it will
Don't
not
copy.
turn out well.
don't ever do it. And Josh, I know you're on LinkedIn, man. Claudia Catlett is her name. CATLETT. Hook
I'll
up
drop
with
it in the
her.
chat.
Yeah, dude, which we do not call her Claudia the Connector for no reason. I mean, I'm telling you, if you want to get in touch with Jesus, Claudia can do it.
Damn. Okay. Let's go.
There ain't no bullshit there. There ain't no bullshit.
I do work to stretch out the industry. But what I was saying before is like the more you put yourself out there to do those things, the better you do have those connections. The more you put yourself out and say, I'm willing to learn, you may have 5 people tell you they're not going to teach you anything, but somebody is. And the person who's willing to invest their time and heart and time into you, like, then that's somebody that you can really learn from. That's the way I see it. And then here's the thing, even if everything they do isn't like the right thing, maybe you're just learning the wrong way. Maybe you're learning how not to fucking do something. How about that? So anyway, there's also that. I'm going to cut out of here because Boo did get off work early and that was not planned. So
Later, Claudia.
I'm going to go enjoy my Friday night. We'll see you guys.
See ya.
Bye, Claudia.
All right, bye.
Yeah, Josh, yeah, hook up with Claudia, man. She is probably one of the best connections Hunter and I have ever made. She's a former Marine.
Oh, no shit.
Yes, yeah. Former Marine. She knows her shit. Real as real can be. And again, dude, connections. That's her big thing, man. That
Dude,
is
it's daily shit. Like, I guarantee you, maybe not tonight, but Monday we'll have like 3 more group chats on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Of her connection.
Dude, matter of fact,
shit.
Yeah, she started one last week. She hooked us up with Allie or Abby from that. Damn, I can't remember the company. I have to look it up. But yeah, Claudia's cool, man. If you want to know someone or you're looking for something, you get with Claudia. And dude, she's one of those people, like, she's 2 people removed from everybody else. Like, we don't know how she does it. It's absolutely crazy, man. Absolutely crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, she's incredible, man. She's a very, very good friend of ours.
She's a force. That's the best way. She is a force. Like, you cannot run, you cannot hide, and if you do, then good luck. That's all I can say.
Man, you guys are going over 2 hours and a half. Damn.
Yeah, we're just gonna
it's
chill
been a
for.
while.
Yeah, we're gonna chill for a minute, man. We're just hanging out. Like,
Nice.
had a pretty good show, man. Had this lady talking about money. She helps carriers get standing on their own 2 feet, dealing with their own receivables. Getting away from factoring companies. Not saying anything bad about factoring companies, because even she says she respects them and they have a place. But she just tries to help carriers progress to the next level. Standing on their own financially, helping with them with their receivables and automating their receivables and getting their money and stuff like that. Very, very, very cool lady. Her name is Renee Williams, and shit, Jeff hopped on, and then, or John Cantera, then Jeff, and kind of just turned into to a show. Hey, Corey, man, dude, I want to say this before I forget about this. I saw that trailer you got. I know it's a car trailer. I want to talk to you after the show, text, whatever. But I noticed, maybe I was wrong, but I noticed that you have a specific type of trailer, and I may have a direct shipper that I could put into your realm, that maybe you could buy another truck or 2 and work for them. The person has actually been on the show, but the type of trailer you have, it's a very specific trailer, and it's hard to find those. So yeah, I may be able to slide someone your way that may be able to present an additional opportunity for you. They run regional stuff, so it wouldn't be nothing crazy if you decided to get on with them or whatever. And
they pay pretty good from what I've been told.
They do, bro. She pays.
That rate per mile is like, fuck,
bro. She's paying hot shots where she's out of here. She's paying hot shots like $3 a mile.
Shit.
Yeah.
$4 a mile at some points, man.
Yeah.
If it needs to be moved, like, I don't care. Yeah, she'll pay that price.
Hey,
but
is Renee? Is she over at Freight RevCon?
That's it. Yes.
Renee,
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was connected with her. That's interesting, because at German is there's like a consortium of carriers that like Muslim carriers predominantly, that it's not haram, which is not like, it's not part of their, it's against the religion.
Yeah.
And so like factoring, I guess, is not haram, and like, so they're trying like, somebody's gonna reach out to Renee and see what she's offering.
Yeah, she seemed pretty cool, man. We got hooked up with her through Matt Clark.
Hey, how about Shoreline Capital, though? Shoreline, they do a little factoring there.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's Shoreline Capital.
Yeah.
No, man, you have to be Shoreline. Shoreline is it's just always a sure thing. And since we have a celebrity on the show, let's go ahead and run the commercial with our celebrity. Corey will be doing autograph signings this weekend at the Pilot off exit 28.
Just pick a truck parking club spot. I'll be there.
Boom.
Dude, man, I'm sorry it took me so long to get that implemented into it, man. Like I think about it and I forget, and I think about it and forget. But bro, like yeah, that shit was awesome, dude. And it makes it even better because it's our own little inside joke, so it makes it even fucking.
People
more
watch
awesome.
it, they're like, "What the hell?" Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised nobody's asked about it so far. I was just like, okay.
Oh man, that shit is so fucking funny.
Corey, what's up, homie?
What's up, Josh?
Flip Flop Express. Crazy fucker.
I love that shit, bro.
Yeah.
That shit is so fucking funny. Corey even trolls like professionally. You know what I mean?
That's what I love about him, dude.
Dude, it was probably the funnest thing making that stupid video that I pinned there that you showed earlier, because it was not many people understood like the DOT and MC thing, because it's, you know, I'm a boomer, and OU812 is a Van Halen album, so it's, you know, a lot of people don't get it, but it's
Oh shit, I didn't catch that.
which, you know, and then some people caught the DOT number, but not everybody. But if you know DOT numbers, you know 400,000 is like a high number, so it made sense to people that it was like a new thing, and I don't know, it was pretty funny.
Dude, you should just start slapping that on some random trucks you see.
Just like slapping it on.
I love it. Hey, did you buy that dually for that trailer? Or did you already have it, Corey?
No, I mean, I already had it, so that's like, and this is where, you know, talking with these guys, like we were talking about earlier, talking with Anil, right? You know, he runs older but not old equipment. He bought some used trailers. You know, he's doing that sort of thing, and you know, I'm saying to myself, well, that's my pickup. Like was my personal pickup. I paid for it back, you know, in cash, so I've owned it. It just drives me to and from work every day, or, you know, drives the kids around and pulls a camper once in a while. But I'm sitting on this thing that I barely drive because I'm always in a tow truck, and I want to replace a tow truck. I just sold one. I wanted to replace it, and I'm looking at prices like $170,000 for a new truck, and I'm shaking my head thinking 170 grand at 10% interest. I'm out of my tree, when I could go pay 15 grand in cash for a trailer and put it behind a truck I already own. So like, what am I doing? Why am I not listening to what others are doing and being successful at, and trying to apply it to my model and what I do?
That's fucking what's up, bro. I mean, I've always thought you're I mean, from ever since I've met you, man, and just talking to you and learning who you are over time. I mean, I've always felt you're a pretty smart business owner, man. Just listen to you and the evolution you took through your tow company, man. You know, from moving into it, doing the big stuff, and then, you know, finding a little spot, you know, doing the little car and the auction stuff and the B2B and all those things. So yeah, man, it's a natural, I wouldn't say natural progression, but, you know, I mean, it's just like a aha, you know what I'm saying? Like, hell, let me go ahead and do this, you know? So yeah.
Well, and that's what I mean. Like I'm so against them. Like I shit on them more than I do anything else. And it just, you know, and I think part of it's the paper in the window and knowing that those guys don't carry the right insurance and all that other stuff. But like, you know, I spent a lot of time shitting on it, and then listening to other guys in the industry and how they're staying successful in this shitty market. It was a no-brainer. It was, why am I not listening to what's working for others and trying to reapply it? And, you know,
Dude,
why?
I
Because
know plenty of hotshot drivers out there that are killing it right now.
Big
Moving
fucking
motorcycles, ATVs,
Hell
you know, side by sides. Like there's like, dude, so much shit you can do. And then you got some of those cats, man, they'll stack up like 6 different loads. I don't know how they do it. And it might be that one goose egg per year, but man, fucking making like $15,000 in a week. I know that's not the industry standard, but I mean, hell, the overhead on the hot shot is
that's how you do it. Is
nothing. It is nothing.
Partials on a hot shot. That's how you do it, man. Get yourself You know, I used to love when I'd see hotshot drivers bitch about, oh, look at this load. It pays blah, 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 blah. Dude, it takes up 12 fucking feet of space on your trailer.
Yeah, go find yourself another load on the way
Yeah,
to your fucking drop.
Yeah. Like if you're going from Cali to Texas, start looking in Arizona, start looking in New Mexico, start looking in Texas. Like find yourself something to fill up your fucking trailer with, you know?
Yeah, and if you're gonna go into business with that, man, because like that's where the people get successful. They, you know, before they jump straight into it, you know, fucking get on the phone and call people around you, like, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is where like I'm going, or don't even tell them that, like, hey, you know, how are you doing this? How are you doing this? What's going on? Like, and dude, you can build a fucking easy system. I know a guy that fucking put a brand new chassis on a fucking a Suburban, and all he did, he'd load up 3 cars a week with him and his dog, and they'd run from Nashville to Texas and back, and he'd fucking raking, and it was easy.
Well, and
yeah, the Suburban was sick though.
Pushing
what
back
year was
on,
it? Do you know, or generation?
Huh?
You know what generation or year?
Oh, it was the first generation, dude. He worked for another company, and he was like, "Fuck, I can do this." And he's just running used cars back and forth.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, pushing back though on something you said earlier, Pedro, too, is, you know, it's the knowledge should be, you know, learning and the knowledge should be free. And I'll tell you, it's not going to be free because I'm going to make your ass work for it. Right? You're going to put in blood, sweat, and tears, and you're going to earn it. Because if you want what I took 30 years to know, then you're going to earn it. So it's
that's right.
I'm not charging you for it, but your ass is going to earn it.
That's different to me though, bro. Like to me, that's cutting your teeth, man. That's doing your time. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like when I say it, I mean, you know, Corey, you know, I'm talking about the people that say, you know, it's like Corey, like you said, you'd be on there saying, $9.99. I'll teach you how to be a tow truck driver. You know what I mean? All virtual. All virtual. I'll take you live on scene to accidents, and you can watch me hook shit up, and you'll figure it out too. Call now. And we'll throw in one of these spiffy DOT roadside hats with your order.
Corey, we should look into that.
You don't have to. You know that's my next tweet, right? You know that's coming.
Hey, but Corey, what we really need to do, and I want your permission, and we'll give you cuts on it, but dude, a fucking flip-flop express, the DOT number and the MC.
Oh, we'll shit.
Plain as day, just black t-shirt,
on the
simple
front.
Text.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then the DOT
I want to buy
MC
one of
on
them
the back.
bitches. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the shit we live for right there.
Fucking Hunter, he's so creative, that bitch.
Dude, I think anything can be on a t-shirt, so like why the fuck not?
But it's because it's Corey, Flip Flop Express. It's just gonna be a whole another level of funny, dog.
It's
Boats and Toes is next on the hat.
Boats and Toes, bro. That's the one
Boats
we
and
need
Toes.
to do. Boats and Toes.
Yeah.
I love that shit, man. Boats and Toes.
You know, it's funny, you know, that people bitch so much about, you know, truckers especially love to bitch, right? But if you just woke up every morning and tried to figure out how you can have an awesome day, you know, then like life's not horrible.
Preach,
life's not that
Corey.
bad.
Preach,
You know,
brother.
I'm on the right. I wake up on the right side of the grass. I consider it a blessing, not a curse.
That's right.
You know, I'm not going to attack the day like, you know, I got to be miserable to everybody in existence just because I woke up miserable. You know, it's, you know, you have the right to go up and down and feel emotions, but you know what? Like, try to figure out how to make the day the best day.
Yeah, but see, that's another thing, man. People forget that they woke up that day. So
That's right.
Wake up.
That's a miracle in itself. Having, you know, woken up and just breathing right now with us breathing, it's a miracle.
Especially with this shit my
Amen
wife
to that,
fucking
dude. What is that?
The fuck knows? It's like cat food and cabbage.
Just serving you some gruel.
But I mean, I gotta be able to afford truck parking spots, so I gotta.
Hey, but if you were smart, you would get a $45 hotel room. So
There
I
you
mean,
go. Yeah, there you go. I'll tell you. I don't know where the fuck you find a 45. Hey, actually, I do know.
Yeah, show me.
I do know. Not
$45 an hour.
Yeah.
Bro, hey, I'll tell you, I would not be sleeping in no $45 a night fucking hotel room unless we're in 1960. Then you're probably talking about the presidential suite. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Dude, I'm
I
such
am
an
not
asshole. I won't even fly coach. Never mind staying in a fucking $45 hotel. The fuck's wrong with you,
bro,
people?
don't get me started on hotels, man. Hunter, don't get me started on hotels, damn
A
it.
fucking nightmare. That was Matt's.
He hooked the
Spent a
he
solid
hooked the
6
Lizard
hours on the
Express with you.
phone. Oh, dude, spent a solid 6 hours over the course of 4 months just talking about hotel rooms. It's like, well, there's this one, but it's going under construction, and I don't think I want that noise. So we're gonna look at it.
Oh my
Hotel
god.
Nazi, bro.
I was like, dude,
I'm a,
fucking, I will sleep in Indy's truck and shower at the fucking truck stop. I don't give a fuck, man.
That's right, Hunter.
no, not me, man. Hotels, like, I don't know. I'm my
Dude, if
number
you
one.
weren't with me out there, I probably would have slept in my Jeep.
That's hey, you could have. I mean, me solo, I probably could have slept in my. I would have. I mean, I don't know. No, I
Nah,
lied.
probably not. I probably would have.
Here's my rule. Here's my number one rule with hotels, and this is the one thing, the base level of where you start searching for a hotel. Do they have a hot breakfast? I don't fucking mean a waffle maker at La
Hey,
Quinta.
I'll tell you this.
Breakfast.
If you're ever in Kodak, Tennessee, never fucking stay at the Days Inn. It stinks in there. And this got a 2-star review for a reason. Dude, that was the worst.
if they're serving biscuits and gravy in that bitch or whatever, that's where you start at. A hot breakfast, and then you move on to the reviews. You start looking at all the reviews, bro. I'm telling you, no, not me.
Yeah, no, I straight up got my karma when I went to Large Cars and Guitars, dude. I was like, man, fuck this. This is a cheap hotel. Like, it's across the street, whatever. Dude, kept the doors open.
I'll tell you a story.
I'm
I'll tell you,
the beds were awesome, though. The beds were awesome.
Really? Dude, I like comfort suites and the Hamptons. I like the
they're good actually.
Or a good courtyard. A good courtyard.
I like comfort suites in the Hamptons. That's who I like.
I like the Marriott. They're pretty good too.
Marriott's good too, and Embassy Suites. Embassy Suites are awesome. Yeah,
good one,
dude. And I'll tell you this two stories. But when Hunter went to Large Cars and Guitars, after he had got there, after he had done the thing or whatever the weekend, him and I talked, and I was like, hey bro, like, how was everything? He's like, all right. He's like, it was cool, man. He's like, but dude, you would have not stayed at that hotel. He's like, you would have got a new place, Rob. And I started laughing about it. And so here's another one. My boss and I went to a convention last August in Mississippi. My flight flew into Memphis. My boss's flight got delayed, so he was like, hey, I'll just get you a hotel. You know, don't worry about it. Just whatever. So he's obviously in the airport, man. He just finds a hotel and close and books it. And I looked that shit up, and I'm like, oh, fuck this. And my wife looks it up, and she's like, fuck this. And so my wife goes and books me a completely different motel. And she's like, no, you were going and staying here. Like,
oh shit,
I fucking am, bro. Like, I'll pay for my shit if I got to. I ain't staying in no crackhead hotel, man.
I'm with you on that, dog. Now that I'm older and have family, but if it's just me, I'm still being in my car. I'm like, Hunter.
Yeah, straight up, dude.
My uncle,
but hey, them hotels, man. Hey, I worry about shit, bro. Bed bugs, fucking roaches. Like, I mean, I'm a super clean person, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I'm one of them people that now that I think about it, I'm gonna start traveling with a black light. That's all I'm saying.
Don't do that. Do not do that.
Oh,
I had a black light in my Jeep, and like, dude, talked about doing it, and I was like, nah.
You know what the worst part about that? You put the black light on your car. You seeing those dudes driving around, and there was one night we were out down in Springfield, Mass, and the kid had it on his car. And he was standing next to his car, and I walked over and I was like, "Yo, you might want to put the rag away." And he's like, "What?" And he looks down at his shirt, and it was like all like white splotches. And I was like, "Bro, I know what you use that for." Yeah.
That's funny shit, man.
You're not a pitcher, you're a catcher.
I don't cheap out on hotel. Matter of fact, speaking of hotels, Hunter, Kat said she needs to know when your flight's coming in, and we need to know where you're staying.
Dude, I don't know. I'll probably let you know like the week before.
I'll tell you where we're staying, and you can just book a room there.
Probably not.
Why?
Unless I don't know, man. I don't know. Look, Rob, you know me. I'm not worried about that. I'm just trying to make sure I'm getting down there first of all.
I'm thinking about you, bro. So that way we can, you have a ride and everything, dog. I'm gonna hook you up. Josh, are you still coming?
Yeah. Still gonna go.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's
me
what's
and
up.
Josh me and Josh getting the penthouse suite. What you talking about?
That's cool, man.
No, Pedro, can
Well,
you text me the hotel
what
you
I'm
booked?
gonna do is I'm gonna camp out inside the expo center where they have one of those really nice sleeper cabs, like the fucking extended fucking kitchen, everything. And yeah.
Can you
I'll
imagine?
just make sure I wake up super
Hey, new idea. Semi-truck Airbnb. When you park your truck for the weekend, do you want a real experience? Want to know how a driver lives out there on the road? Rent yourself a truck Airbnb.
Fucking Pedro, you talking shit, but that shit'll work. I would rent a night.
Especially those van life people, dude. Those van life people, but hell yeah, let's go.
Elitist Corey.
That is Marriott.
Fucking facts, dude. Yeah, I'm a Marriott Platinum for life. You ain't taking that shit away.
Hey, it's funny you say that, man. I like Comfort Suites and in Hampton, but when we go to Houston and visit some friends of ours, they live on the north side of Houston. Our hotel that we've stayed at 2 or 3 times now is a fucking Marriott, and we get the same room. It's on the top floor, and it's called the top floor suite or whatever. But dude, we like that place. The people there are super nice. They have a hot breakfast. The rooms are fucking clean. Coincidentally, it's right near the airport, and you don't hear shit. You don't hear a damn thing. Like whoever did the sound deafening and stuff in that hotel really, really did a fucking good job. I agree, TJ. 4 stars, baby. At least 4 stars. I'm also with Corey. Fuck flying coach, bitch. Business class or higher for me. You know what I mean? Like I ain't trying all that shit, dude. No sirree. Thank you, Bob.
Not everybody has potato money. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, hey, it's not that. It's just that, hey, business class is the old coach. That's the sad part about it. Like now
it's
airlines
sad.
like everything else. It's about money. So like everyone's just crammed in there. So business class is what coach used to be, the larger seats, more room. So like fuck all that, man. I ain't trying to be I got problems with people anyway. I need room. But Josh, my wife is actually booking our hotel this weekend. I'll let you know where we're going to stay. We're going to stay close to the NRG Center, which is where everything's going down. So, we'll be close to there. But we just need to know, whenever y'all book y'all's flights, Hunter and Josh, y'all really need to talk so y'all can try to book them close together. I mean, hey, y'all can Uber, do whatever you want, bro. But I'm telling you, the north side of Houston to where the NRG Center is a long fucking ride. My wife and I are willing to come and pick y'all up. We will be there Friday. We are showing up Friday so we can get our badges and all that stuff like that. So you guys talk, figure it out. My wife and I will gladly pick y'all up at the Bush Continental Airport down the north side of Houston. And, we'll even drop y'all back off at the airport, Sunday afternoon or whatever.
I mean, I'm really not so worried about it now that Spuds thing's not going down.
Yeah.
But it'll be okay. Thanks, Dad.
We're gonna have fun. I hope Fred comes. I know Tex is going to be there. So if
Fred's going for sure.
Okay, so Fred, it'll be. So now we know it's you and I, Hunter, Josh, Fred, Tex, my wife, and I don't know who else may be there. But even that's a slick little crew right there, man. You know what I mean? And my wife doesn't drink, so you know what I'm saying. So she's gonna be our.
That's a good thing.
She's gonna be our DD. Yeah.
You better know that we ain't leaving at fucking 8:00. I ain't going for one beer and going straight home.
We know you fly coach.
My boy TJ. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like y'all act like y'all ain't never flown Southwest before.
You're not.
Ain't no such thing as first class.
I love Southwest. I actually say I love Southwest. I flew with them to Matt's, bro. I do love them. But I think
my pops worked for Delta for 30 years. All right. I had all the flight benefits, everything in the world. First class ain't worth shit unless it's a long flight. All right. Yeah. That's the only time it matters. If it's a 2-hour flight, I don't care, man. I'll have a couple drinks at the bar and pass out.
I don't know if TJ's trolling, because he has his own coach. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know if he's being honest here, if he's being a fucking smart ass. You know how
Good point.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
TJ's pretty. I feel like TJ's pretty frugal with that.
Oh, frugal. He's fucking
That motherfucker that buys 2 seats in coach.
TJ's Jewish from the waist down.
Yeah.
That's right, Corey.
Man, dude, that's like TJ. You gotta hop on. We know you're in the airport, bro. You gotta hop on. Let us just fucking say hi to your retarded ass. We
Bro,
know
he
you're
just
real,
posted a
dude.
fucking video of him suntanning outside of his truck looking at some birds.
probably. He's a dingaling, man. Oh, TJ's freaking crazy. Oh, Lord have mercy. This has been a good one, bro. This has been a good Friday show. We're yeah, man.
It's been a while since we shot the shit.
We
Pedro,
have.
when did you book your flights yet?
No, dude, I only live 3 hours from there, bro.
Oh, I see.
We're gonna leave here. We're gonna leave here at 8 a.m. on Friday. My wife and I are gonna go have breakfast, and then by the time we get into Houston, we'll miss all the traffic. We'll probably be there around like noonish, 1 o'clock, and then we're gonna roll to the NRG Center, see what's going on over there. Maybe we can get our badges, and we'll check into our hotel, and pick you guys up somewhere along the way, and then Friday night we're just gonna chill, man. I may go chill with some homies of mine on the north side. They live in a fancy gated white people neighborhood, and they
Wow, dude, I'm out. I'm not going anymore,
Oh.
Josh. I hope you don't
So
go
isn't
anymore.
Josh.
after that
Josh,
comment.
Josh can't get in there. It's a gated white community.
No, hold on, Josh. Let me say this, Josh.
Hey Josh, hey Josh, let's just start shooting the real Mexican OT some fucking DMs and be like, yo, our buddy is like really not cool with you, but
I wish I could turn my
can be
camera
cool.
on.
Josh, just look at the DM. That's really all you need to know, bro.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, whatever, man.
They're
I'm
super
trying
cool
to go.
people. It's a friend of mine, Desmond and his wife Monica. My wife and I are really good friends with them, and they're just good people. They're the ones when we go to Houston, they're who we go to chill with and stuff. So I might try to make something up to go chill with them and hang out. What the hell?
All right. So one of the other things we do is the drunk boxes. It's a ignition interlock device. And this cat finally gets his out after 2 years. He gets to pull it out. So I just realized that it was parked in the parking lot, and I can do it tonight instead of doing it tomorrow and take the day off tomorrow. So this is how fucked up this shit is. So you gotta push the button.
Hold on. Let us put you on big screen doing this real quick. Keep blowing. Keep blowing. Damn. 1.76.
2.8. Holy fuck. No. Oh, I passed.
Pass. There you go.
And until you pass, you can't start this thing. It's fucking crazy.
I used to have a friend, her dad had that shit on his car, bro, and I've never seen one until we rode them, and I was like, what the hell is this? Dude, it was so weird.
They make like cups, so you can put it in the cup. It looks so like this big. They make it like big gulp. It's pretty hilarious.
I don't know if I caught any of that. Was that just me?
No, it was probably me.
Well, Rob,
inside
you're
the
on
shop.
mute.
You don't get any service.
Yeah, he broke up.
Hey, what kind of spill kits you got in that shop, Corey?
Yeah.
I got to order some. So I was thinking about a guy that I heard about on this weird like podcast thing called the Logistics Lounge. I wish I could remember the guy's name. Do you remember that guy's name at all?
Yeah, I think it was Matt Dahl.
Oh.
Oh my fucking god.
Nah, just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh, well, then I definitely won't figure it out because I don't have LinkedIn.
Rats.
Oh man, that's funny shit. Dude.
And my followers ratio is way down right now.
Hey Hunter, where do you live at?
Me?
Yeah.
Nashville, Tennessee.
You want
You're
to
the
drive
only
down to
10
Houston?
I see.
Don't want to drive down to Houston? You scooping?
Yeah,
Fuck yeah, dude. That'd save us so much money. I'll toss in for gas.
I got
That's
a
what I was
diesel
telling Pedro
Suburban.
I'd do. Huh?
It's pretty efficient. I got a diesel Suburban.
Oh, bet. Yeah, let's go.
Get like 38 miles per gallon on the highway. Go 75.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's yeah, we can do that. That makes it a lot easier. And it's really not that bad of a drive, dude. We can pop into Dallas for a night or something. Fucking bullshit around.
Dallas is pimp actually.
Hell yeah, it is.
I used to go there for work at AT&T.
That's a bet.
Yeah, the
All right,
night the
boys.
food scene.
I'm gonna go uninstall this thing. It's been fun as usual. You
Later,
guys
bro.
keep doing the great work,
Corey.
man. Be good.
Hey, have a good one,
Hey, man.
Corey. Yeah, I'm about to get off here too because I want to go jump in the shower and then eat some dinner.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
My wife made burgers.
Oh no, I'm gonna text you.
Hell yeah. Sounds good.
Yo,
Josh,
for
we
myself.
Boom. There's our fucking flight right there, Pedro.
Yeah, it's cheaper, man.
It really would be. And that'd be a fun ride, man. We could get some shit done.
What? I know you do. Say what's up, dude. Say what's up real quick. Don't be scared, dog.
Fucking A.
My boy JJ, he's being weird right now.
Josh Jr.
That's kids. They all want the limelight until you try to give it to them.
Yeah, I gave it to him and he's like all scared. Say what's up, dude. Here, put this on. Can you hear them? Come here. Say what's up. Come on. Don't be scared, dude. Tell them who you are.
What's up, JJ?
It's the logistics lounge. See, he's saying what's up.
What you
up,
doing,
dude?
man? What you doing with your Friday evening?
Don't be scared. Talk to them. These are the homies.
Soccer practice.
Oh, sweet. Heck yeah. What position do you play?
Striker.
What do you say?
Striker.
I have no idea what that is, but it sounds badass.
Yeah, me either, man. I'm learning soccer, dog.
Sounds like man shoots the shots out there.
I'm
He does.
picturing
yeah.
him sticking soccer
go.
balls in people's faces.
Yeah, basically. He kicks the crap out of it.
Sweet.
That's awesome, man.
That's Pedro. That's Robert, and but we call him Pedro Potato, and this is Hunter.
I can see him.
Yeah.
How old are you, JJ?
9.
Okay, sweet, dude. Freaking A. Is that your youngest, Josh?
What's that?
Is that your youngest?
It is, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, he's got you wrapped. I already know it, bro.
Oh, hell yeah.
I know how the babies go.
Yeah, hell yeah. You know. A parent knows, dog. All right, Jay. See you, bro.
Cool, man. Hey, Hunter, you about ready to chop out this piece? You got anything else you want to say?
Yeah. The lounge is going under construction next week. Good show. Just a good show. Good show. And everybody that's watching, if anybody's still watching, let's see who is watching. Yeah, we got 3 people on YouTube. Keep an eye out on YouTube for some new content coming out. Wednesdays and Thursdays will be pre-recorded unless the guest is wanting to go live. They might go on different days. Who knows? But you got to keep in touch. Go to www.logisticsloungeshow.com. Check out the merch. Check out our Spill Bully kits right there, exclusive in the Logistics Lounge. What up, Tark? Could have had him on here, but he's out there building mansions. That's
I know.
crazy, dude. His pictures make me want to fucking move out there. Probably not, but yeah. Appreciate y'all hopping on, Josh. We will definitely get in touch, and
Okay.
we'll get a hotel way away from Pedro and his wife. And
Yeah, so
I'm kidding. I just bust Pedro's balls because he's big planning guy. Been asking me about this for 3 months already.
Hey, I like to have my shit. I like to have my shit in my ducks in a row, man. So if something happens, I've already got the initial plan, and then it's easier to deviate.
See, but I don't know. I just like to go with the flow of things. Fly by the seat of your pants, because if plans go wrong, that just ruins shit. But if you have no plans, then there's nothing getting ruined. You just figure it out.
Fucking man. Josh, you have anything you want to say, brother?
No, man, but you guys should do an episode with Corey. Being grateful, drivers being grateful, or something along those lines.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever had Corey just as an exclusive guest. Sounds
Ooh,
like an
Literally.
opportunity right
That
there.
would be a good one. Yeah, that would be a real good one right there.
Yeah, and then Josh, we're still waiting on you to be prepared to be an exclusive guest.
I'm sorry.
It's been a while.
Whatever day, man, I'll just do it.
Hell yeah.
Well,
that's all I got.
We're gonna chop out of here, but before we do, y'all see the logo up there in the well, top right, top left, I guess, depending on how you're looking at the screen corner. You see the website scrolling down there at the bottom of the screen. Yesterday, if you tuned in, you heard that we announced our official partnership with spillbully.com. Amazing spill kits. They are for any and everybody, whether you're a driver, you operate a shop, you operate a tow truck company, or you just do stuff at your house. You paint, you use chemicals to deal with cars, whatever. They're spill kits. They're fucking awesome. You go to our site, you get one right now. We have a lot of things that will be going to coming out with Spill Bully, some explicit branded products between two of us. Really excited about this partnership. So yeah, logisticsloungeshow.com/store. Go there and get your Spill Bully kit. And while you're there, you can pick yourself up one of these badass Holy Freight hats as well. And we will also be having some additional merch that we will be adding to the store as well for the Logistics Lounge. We'll have some shirts and some more hats, and who freaking knows, some lizard rags. I mean, you never know what may pop up there in the Logistics Lounge show. And before we get out of here, we're going to go ahead and show some final love to our sponsors. Pay them bills. Shoreline Capital.
Boom.
I mean, you got it. You got invoices. We had Renee on the show tonight. She was talking about, having to wait 30, 60, 90, 180 days to get your money. A lot of people can't do that. You need a service like Shoreline Capital. They're going to take care of you. Some of the lowest rates in the industry, down to 1.5%. Clint Weston, the owner, will give you his cell phone so you can call him mercilessly and bother him when he is trying to sleep. Just kidding, Clint. We love you. Shoreline Capital, everybody. Man, GGO, GPS tracking, that freight theft, all that fraud with the double broker stuff going out there. They're giving you all them fake cell phone numbers. You think they're really going in the direction they're supposed to be going with your freight. Got them crazy people out there putting your shit on rail. You got to get yourself something like GGO. Keep real-time, live eyes on that freight, even on your assets. You're a carrier. You got assets out there of any kind. You put these on there, you know where your equipment is at all time. GGO. We appreciate all y'all being here. Hunter already said it. Next week, the lounge will be under construction. I just thought about this today. I don't know. I'll actually pen it to Hunter right now. We'll talk about it. Maybe, just maybe, next Friday, we'll just do some impromptu live show. We'll just go on here and bullshit with all y'all. But you gotta keep an eye out on our socials to find out. You can find us on LinkedIn. You can find us on X. You can find us on YouTube. Our website, logisticsloungeshow.com. Keep up with everything going on. What's up, bro?
Before we leave, I know I said we finished, but Man, you know, we need to start doing some giveaways, man. Let's do a contest for these OnlyFans heads. And you
Hell
guys
yeah.
think of the contest, and you know, I'll send it from here.
Hey, did
Yeah.
Larry get his? Josh, you know?
He did. He
Okay.
did.
Fuck,
Yeah.
I forgot to call him. Sorry, Pedro.
No, you're good, bro. You're good. I'm worried about it.
Yeah, sweet.
Fucking A. That's funny you said that. Hunter and I kind of talked about something like that the other day. We're going through things. He's literally about doing some type of giveaways or whatever. So, hey, just something else y'all can look forward to here in the lounge. We again appreciate everybody tuning in. Hope y'all had a fantastic week, a wonderful Friday. We hope you have a fantastic weekend. If you're a driver or maybe not, if you're out there on the roads, please be safe. Keep the shiny side up. We will see y'all next time here in the lounge. Chunk those deuces. Mr. Hound, roll that beautiful bean footage.